It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stunt the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We're repping our teams and inside by.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to be with me for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. Yes, it is a 1:45 p.m. my time, nearly 2 p.m., but it's still the Blue Morning Show. The timing has been an issue for us, but more importantly, I appreciate you all, and thank you once again for finding the time to be with me for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well. Today, we will have a lot of fun. We'll pick our players one by one, especially those on the banner or maybe thumbnail if you prefer. Look at their numbers and debate whether they qualify as underrated, overrated, or underused. Yeah, and respected maybe. Sometimes the argument will let us know when we may well decide, yeah, we respect that player, value what they do. I mean, that column is just something I decided to add because, yeah, what if a player is an underrated, is an overrated, is an underused? So probably they're respected, they're doing well, maybe performing. Maybe that's maybe the better language there rather than respected. So let me change it to performing. Give me 1 second here. Performing. So more importantly, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Here's what we're gonna do. I will switch to the presentation window, but the first thing we do is to go news hunting. Once we're done with news hunting, then we get to the exercise proper where we'll put them in columns, tier list. That's what it is. One of them underrated, overrated, performing, and also I think there's one more. I'm missing one underused because that is something. Sometimes when the manager isn't using the player properly, I think it'd be better to qualify that player as underused if they're not being used correctly or played in their preferred, you can say, positions where they'd be more useful for the club. Do we have anybody in the chat? We have just Vic saying that. Whatever he said there, I don't want to say. I've forgotten the meaning, actually. I think Ty did teach me the meaning of that. But just by the way, let's go to the presentation window. First item we're going to discuss here will be about Estevao Williams. All right, thank you so much, guys. It's going to be a very difficult one to for me today because yeah, the kids are on break, and this place isn't soundproof yet. Still working on it. Everything isn't ready. But despite it, let's get to addressing the news items we have lined up, so we can get to the tier list exercise. The first news item we have here is about Estevao William, which reads William Estevao's agent Corey is his name. Chelsea was the only club that saw Estevao as a 10 to play in the midfield. I could be wrong, but we will have the opportunity, I'm guessing, to find out whether that was indeed the case. I think we will be right. I think we will be right. Okay, so that also had a lot of weight on the decision he told Global. I think there's a lot more to that than the club offering, ensuring that he plays in his preferred position, in my opinion. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have a total of 16 people following the show, but none on YouTube. Damn, that's crazy. We have to continue streaming consistently for people to realize that we're back and back for good. But just by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Let's go news hunting. I don't care what position. I mean, he wants to play as long as he's good at fulfilling that particular position. Let the club just let him have it. He's that good. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Even Cole Palmer, with all, again, if you ask a lot of Chelsea fans, they tell you he's better off deployed on the flanks. So I wouldn't mind Cole Palmer moving to the flanks while Esther Williams starts essentially as a 10. He can also, again, for me, I've seen him on the flanks since I knew about him. The games I've watched, the highlights I've seen, he always operates on the flanks. So it doesn't really matter to me. The good thing is that he's a Chelsea player. But that's why the way we continue the news hunting, and after that we go into the tier list exercise. News here: Chelsea have no plans to lose Enzo Fernández despite a Real Madrid links. For me, those links, those rumors are absolute horse dung, in my opinion, and it never. I wasn't bothered. I wasn't bothered by it. The moment I saw it, I knew it was absolute nonsense. People, because probably they're feeding off of the fact they know that a lot of Chelsea fans don't respect Enzo Fernandez. So they feel like it makes sense, you can say, to put out such rumors, and people will suck up to it. And lo and behold, that's the case. Just by the way, yeah, and especially after the signing of Isugo and Matisse. What's the other one? Isugo. The other one. We signed more traditional DMs, so people believe that probably will eventually lead to the departure of Enzo Fernández, but I don't believe it one second. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. This says Palmeiras insiders have told Confidential that 17-year-old one-decade Esther Williams will play for them at this summer's Club World Cup rather than Chelsea. And I think I did read something a week ago or so that suggests that he, Estevao, would want to represent Palmeiras at the Club World Cup. For me, I have nothing against that. I just finished with them. Join us. You're practically ours already. So I don't think it'd be a bad thing to do them that one last favor. If we also can get him to rep Chelsea rather than Palmeiras, whatever happens, I'm all for it. The most important thing is that we've signed him. He's our player. He's billed to join us to be with us next season. Sources in the camp of Giovanni Quenda says Maresca spoke personally with him. We were told Maresca gave Quenda a message of confidence over the course of their conversation, telling him to keep evolving, learning, and improving. He added that he is trusted as someone perfect for the way we like to play. I don't want to try to expand that. It sucks up the system's memory, and I don't want to go through that issue. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have a total of 18 people following the show, just one on YouTube. The rest definitely on X, because I forgot to connect us to Facebook. Donnell McNally contract expires at the end of the season. Confidential. This says, Confidential has been told that Chelsea have tabled a new deal for his consideration. He has not signed it yet, so maybe he's looking to leave. I don't know. And this is the first time I'm actually hearing about this kid. And as I did say last season, maybe I should start following the youth team keenly to get to learn about these players before I start hearing rumors about their potential departure or participating in a first team football, if that makes sense. What else do we have here? And the Maresca, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join us. I heard we're working on a deal to sign Olaina as a free agent. He's an excellent player. I think it was about 2 weeks ago that I did put out a post on the X and also on Instagram asking Chelsea fans' opinion on the possibility of Chelsea signing him. He's evolved. He's become better. He's experienced now. He's Chelsea through and through. For me, I'd say get him. If in fact he's a free agent, I'd say get him. He's an excellent player. You should watch him play for Nottingham Forest. You'd know how he's evolved as a player. Played in Italy, also honed his defensive skills. He can attack. He can also defend very, very well. He's quick also. I like him. I hope that the rumors are true, so that we can get that deal over the line and bring him home. That's how I want to say it. Okay, it was a football on Vince's. I'm not sure. But by the way, he's quoting someone. That's not a direct. That's not him. He's just, you could say, he's just quoting. Is it Kieran Gill? I'm not sure who that is. Okay, there you go. Would you take Olaino back at Chelsea as a free agent? I will, without hesitation, and I can't keep saying it. Let's look at, okay, without wasting much of your time, I think it makes sense to look at his numbers here. We have, we'll get back to that. So let's go to England, go to Nottingham Forest and find Olaino. He's an excellent player. His experience, I mean, he's improved. Yeah. So I wouldn't hesitate for a second if the opportunity calls. Where is it I'm looking for? Okay, I'll have to check. Go back here. League, Premier League. Open Nottingham Forest so we can look at our Lionel's numbers. Okay, let's go like this. Tables. Nottingham Forest. There you go. I'm going about this the wrong way. Give me 1 second here, please. Be patient with me. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Nottingham Forest. There you go. Click through it. Let's go look at our Lionel's numbers, players. We have just 5 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that, people. Taiwo or why I will need he hasn't played that much. Taiwo hasn't played that much since the return of Bruno, but he was their main guy before the return of Bruno. Bruno prefers the Englishman. What's his name again? Chris Wood, yeah, and he's done well really. So let's see our lineup midfielders, defenders. Ola, I know. Okay, let's look at his numbers there. He's a player I've always liked, even before. Again, he was when he was younger. He's an excellent defender, in my opinion. Excellent footballer overall. Uses both his left and right leg effectively. So Olaino, average rating in the Premier League, 6.97, not bad. But I've seen him again. Let's go back to something I usually tell people: numbers complement eye test, and vice versa. One usually not enough. I've watched him. If I haven't watched him, I say 6.7, not quite there, but I've watched him a lot of times this season, realizing how good he's become actually and how mature he's become. Okay, for the Premier League, he has 2 goals. Okay, considered 30 goals, but that's just the entire defensive line should be our responsibility. FA Cup, he considered 1 goal. He played 1. African Cup of Nations considered 1 goal. I don't need that really. So let's look at all the things that matter. His 41% clean sheets, 0.07 cards per 90 minutes. That's good, actually. Not bad. But he's a defender anyway. He's played 29 matches. Minutes in total is 2,535 in total. 87 minutes per appearance. Not bad, really. 97 percentile, and for matches played 99 percentile, but that's nothing. There's nothing to learn there. I need a more detailed statistics. I don't know why Footy Stats don't have such. Goals considered is averaging considered 1.07 goals per match. Not bad, really. Minutes per goal considered 85 minutes. Not bad, really. 82 percentile, 87 percentile. How do you phrase that correctly, actually? Clean sheets 12. Okay, not bad. Tackles 53, 1.95 tackles per 90 minutes. But here's the thing: in most cases, it's usually in the offensive area. but he can track back effectively, even if he plays in that manner. Interceptions 30 in total, 1.10 interceptions per game, not bad. Ground duels won 224 in total, 8.25 ground duels won per 90 minutes. Maybe he can do a lot better than that to be in the top percentile. Ground duels won 124 in total, 4.56. Not bad. For me, that's good. Aerial duels won 10, and actually, he's not the tallest. 0.37 per 90 minutes, not bad. Dribbled past 21 times in total. Dribbled past per 90 minutes, 0.77. I mean, close to one. He'd been dribbled past close to one time per game. Not bad, really. Clearance is 77 and 2.83 per 90 minutes. Not bad. Yeah, 75th percentile, so not bad. Shots blocked 10 in total. Yeah, he blocks 0.37 shots per 90 minutes, 65th percentile, not bad. Also, penalties given away, just one. But one can be can be the difference between a team getting relegated and surviving. But you look where they are overall as a team. They're doing well. One of the, you could say, well coached, drilled, maybe if that's the language you prefer, teams in the Premier League. So a lineup for me, I say bring him. His experience, I mean, is a good defender. Um, he knows the Premier League very well. He's Chelsea through and through, and he can shoot very well. Actually, you see that a shot accurate, shot conversion rate, 33.33%, 96 percentile. Not bad, not excellent, but not bad actually. Assist and passing. Let's see some metrics that you could say that we should be paying attention to. Key passes 11 and 0.40 per 90 minutes. Not bad. Crosses 40 in total and 1.47 per 90 minutes. Not bad too. Successful crosses 9 out of 40. That's yeah, that's poor. Not even 50%, but still completion rate. Yeah, you know how that works. If you get to the intended target, then yeah, good for you. Okay. What else is important here? Dribbles 50 in total. I think for a defender, he's a good dribbler actually. 1.84 per 90 minutes, not bad. Successful dribbles 29 in total, 1.07 successful dribbles per 90 minutes, 81st percentile, not bad actually. Dribble success rate, yeah, more than 50%, 58.00, not bad actually. So he's a complete player and can do a lot better. You can say in a much better squad, but he's doing really well for Nottingham Forest. I'd say get him. Honestly, he's played in Italy, came back to England, and is showing that he learned a lot from a defensive perspective in Italy. And according to the rumors, he'd be a free agent at the end of the season. And again for the fact that he hasn't signed a new contract at Nottingham Forest, for me shows that yeah, he's looking to leave, and I take him at Chelsea. But that's just my opinion anyway. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. We go back to news hunt, and Olaino, I'll take him without hesitation. John Terry suggests Cole Palmer is the fittest Chelsea player. Okay, what does he say? Let's say, and he says, I was at Chelsea the other day and they were doing a blip test. He won it by a mile in terms of fitness levels and the power. He looks quite skinny but very strong. Take the ball on the half turn and everything. Yeah, I mean, his biggest problem right now is the injury issue and also low confidence. And I hope he recovers by the time we'll be back playing again after the international break. Cole Palmer makes who scored a Premier League a team of the season so far. Why not? He deserves to be there. And who else made the list? Let's see. Trent Alexander-Arnold made it, and Tarkowski of Everton made it. Virgil van Dijk made it. Robinson of Fulham made it. Mohamed Salah of Liverpool made the list, and Cole Palmer, yeah, and Bruno Fernandez of Manchester United, Semedo of Bournemouth, Alexander Isak, and Erling Haaland. Not bad, really. I was expecting again Enzo Fernandez to be there, but yeah, but I get it. Mm, I haven't actually taken my time to compare these two players. We've been linked with both actually, uh, especially Gray. Do I think do we need to sign more CBs? Except if we're gonna lose like two, come summer transfer window, then yeah, maybe we should be looking to sign more. That's not something I've actually taken my time to consider properly. What else do we have here? Alvaro Morata, if I could go back in time, I would not live at Atletico Madrid. Morata, he probably wish he never joined Chelsea. But that's by the way. What else do we have here? Manchester United will let Ruben Amorim decide Jadon Sancho's future in the unlikely event that the England forward returns to Old Trafford. We've talked about this the other day, but this was 5 hours ago, so it's I mean it's okay that we talk about it. Give me 1 second here. I actually sent the wrong. Did I send the wrong list here? What did I do? Give me 1 second here. I wrote everything and then sent the wrong link. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. What happens when you do everything yourself? Making a mistake is just like this. But despite the way, I don't. Here's the reason I think Chelsea will not send him back. He represents good business. He's English. He's a good player, irrespective of whether he's measured your expectations as a Chelsea player. There's a good player in there. So 25 million pounds for Jadon Sancho. Those two factors I've mentioned. He's a good player. He's English. The truth remains it wouldn't make sense to send him back and pay 10 million pounds. So that's the number being quoted that would have to pay Chelsea. That would have to pay should we decide not to trigger the obligation, or is it obligation or the option to buy him? Then would have to pay a fine of 10 million pounds. So why not pay extra 15 million pounds, making it a total of 25 million pounds? Secure him on a permanent and even if we decide to move him on in the future, we can get nearly twice as much, if not three times the amount. That's a good player, and then also the manager likes him, and I think he's done well enough, in my opinion. I think he has 2 goals, 3 assists, plus yeah, uh, the entire team of late. We've struggled. Yeah, the team has struggled of late, so it doesn't make sense to single out any player, any individual player, and start saying, yeah, they've been poor. In this case, I'm going to go back to saying, irrespective of whether the manager wants him or not, he represents good business. I think the club, I think it'd be stupid to send him back and pay a 10 million pounds a fine. I think it make more sense to pay extra 15 million or making it 25 million pounds, sign him on a permanent. If in the future we decide to move him on, sell him for a sizable uh, profit. Football these days, clubs need to be making profits, and in our case, we don't even have a big stadium. We don't make that much money during match days. So good business, just like Joao Felix was an opportunistic signing. But we signed him knowing that he's a good player. Even if he ends up not working out at Chelsea, yeah, we can sell him and make a sizable profit from his sale. Yeah, use it where it'd be. You can say it makes sense for us. Let's see what else we have here. Jadon Sancho, for me, he's not going anywhere. I like him, but I'm not arguing that he's not going anywhere because I like him. But I've explained why. This year, Chelsea have the most valuable squad for the future, according to CI. Is it how you pronounce that? Cs or what? Um, I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. Have the most valuable squad for the future, according to C's football report, whatever you call that. But that's by the way. More importantly, I have my bro and friend, my the Aussie guy here. What's his name? Postacoglu's brother, and Constantine Dan. Big up to you, bro. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join me on the panel. How are you doing? And I hope everything is okay on your end.
Yeah, big up, coach. Angie is my name. Angie.
And
Angie, how you would say. I'm good. I just woke up. Just woke up before.
what time is it for you right now?
6:10 a.m.
Oh, 6:10 a.m. So the farther in the day my time, the better for you.
Depends. Yeah, it depends.
Okay. Okay. But here's the,
Depends on my sleeping
let me
schedule.
bring you
Yeah.
up to part. We have a few things to do today. News hunting. Then after news hunting, then we do this tier list exercise where we have underrated, underused, underrated, overrated, performing.
Oh, okay.
So we get to that. But the first news item
Okay.
I talked about, I don't know if you have any opinion on this. William Estevo's agent, Corey is his name. He says that Chelsea was the only club that saw Estevo as a 10 to play in the midfield. And he says also, disclaimer, that he could be wrong, but will have the opportunity. But here's the thing: why are we even addressing this? Cole Palmer can actually play on the flanks. And I think numbers,
Exactly.
his numbers show, his output show, he's been more effective for us playing playing in the flanks whenever he's deployed on the flanks, and we do play with a fluid approach, so it doesn't really matter. But I want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, interesting what his agent said. Obviously, we've probably told him, he can play there as well. We see him as a 10, and he did say in another interview that I saw Estevao say, he did say that he sees himself as a 10 in the future. He wants to bulk up a bit, put a bit of muscle on, a bit of weight, and he sees himself as more of a midfielder. So we'll see what happens there. But of course, he can play there. Palmer can play on the right. Let's just wait for Estevao to come first, and we'll see how he is first, how he deals with how he deals with the Premier League and the physicality and everything. So he can easily, play in the 10. I've seen him play there. He can move out to the right. Both of them, if he needs a bit of time to adapt, he obviously can, come on for Cole Palmer or play. If he's not quite ready, he's basically can be the backup to Cole Palmer, basically. If he's not quite ready. If he's ready, well, that's different. This different story. So then, like we said, Cole Palmer can move on the right. He can move in the center. It's a fluid approach. They can interchange. Yeah, I don't see no problem with that at all.
Something else here. Does he make any sort of sense to argue that the reason he chose Chelsea over all other clubs that were interested was because we guarantee did guarantee him that he'd be playing as a 10. It just doesn't make sense. Even if we did guarantee him that, I don't think the only reason he chose us over other clubs that were interested was just that particular
No.
reason. It just doesn't make sense.
No, it's not just that. That's just one little tiny thing that the agent obviously said in an interview. Or maybe we've told him that. I doubt we've guaranteed him you're going to be the starting number 10. It's your position, but I doubt that very much. No chance we would have done that. But yeah, we maybe did say we can see you as a future 10 as well. So yeah, but no, that's not the reason why he joined Chelsea. That's
It
not the
just
sole
doesn't make
reason.
sense, right?
100% it doesn't make sense. Not even close, no.
Yeah, if anything, here's the thing. The good thing is that we play with a fluid approach. It doesn't matter who starts on the flanks, except especially if Cole Palmer starts on the flanks. Sometimes you see him in the central area, something in the 10 position. You see the guy playing in the 10 position, in the number 9 position. It's a matter of, you can say, reading the game and understanding, okay, whether should I move, let's say if Nicholas Jackson drops deep to come pick up the ball, Cole Palmer usually makes runs towards the central area. It's a fluid approach. We don't, again, gone are the days when football is played like that, irrespective of whether we have a traditional number 9 or not. But thank you for elaborating on that. It just doesn't make any sort of sense, in my opinion. So we looked at this. What is I maybe those guys in the chat weren't that active. Something else here. John Terry saying Cole Palmer. This Olaino, rumors are that we're interested in signing him. I think it makes sense because we only have one, you can argue, natural left back right now, and I wouldn't mind the lineup because he's experienced right now. He's played in Italy, did well in Italy, came back to the Premier League. He's done well. I think at one time he went on loan to Fulham, or was he a permanent deal? He was there as their player, not on loan. I can't quite remember, but he's played for Fulham too, right?
I think he did. You do a little for sure.
Looks like your connection is not. It's a bit unstable. Let me know when you're back. I'll let you speak about online.
Yeah,
Enough
can
to
you hear
me,
me?
I want him. I will take him without hesitation. He's a fine player. Can use
I
a
know you
left.
love him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know you love him, but I don't know about us signing him. To be honest, where is he going to play? Which position?
Left back, and he can play
Yeah,
right back too.
but he plays as a left back coach or a left wing back. He doesn't play. He can't do what Cucurella does. He won't do what Maresca needs of
So you
him.
think he
So,
cannot invert?
mm, not like how Cucurella does. No, I don't think he can do that. He's never done that before.
So you're
And he's
saying,
heavier. He's a bigger boy.
mhm.
He's got a bit more meat on him. He's not He's not that fast. He's more of a traditional left back or a bit more, a bit more of a left sort of wing back. But he's not that fast anymore. So I don't see him doing that work of what Cucurella does. He's not the left type of back we need. I don't see that happening, to be honest.
I really do like him, but I get it. Chances are that it's just rumors at this point. Let's see
Look,
what
he's
else we
for
have
free,
here.
so he won't cost
Yeah.
anything. But he is old. He's old. Is he 30 now? I think he's 30, pretty much.
How old is he? Let me check for you.
I'm pretty sure 29 or 30, something like that.
You
He's
think
not
his
on the
age?
younger
But
side.
as a free agent, I think probably would do it.
Yeah, but why wouldn't Nottingham Forest do it? Because he'll be a starter there, guaranteed.
Maybe he's looking to leave. He's 28.
28, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's
Yeah,
looking to leave.
the way Nottingham Forest are playing, they're going to be in Europe as well. So he's going to play in Europe with Nottingham Forest. And, they don't have to pay to sign new signings, so they'll just give him a bigger salary. So I don't see why he would leave. He'll be a guaranteed starter there because he starts there. For us, he's going to be a bench player, a squad player. But like I said, he doesn't really fit the mold of the left back we use. I don't see where is he going to use him? Is he going to use him as a defensive midfielder? No, he's not, because we have too much there already. There's no
All
position where I can
right.
see he's going to play, to be honest.
All right, Mr. Nkwo is saying,
I'm sorry to crush your hopes, coach.
sorry,
I'm
no,
sorry
that's
to
fine.
crush
But
your hopes.
we just we're just addressing the news. All are overrated except Caicedo, Palmer, Correa, James, and Lavia. We'll get to that in a bit. Mr. Nkwo, Joseph. My name is Olie. But nice to see you, Mr. Nkwo. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you. These two players, Dante, which of them would you rather Chelsea sign? Well, it looks like we're looking at both, especially Mark Guehi. I don't. This guy again, the Bournemouth guy. I still need to learn a lot about him. I know Guehi well enough to know that I don't think we should actually spend that much money. The price being quoted, I don't think we should spend that much money on him. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But the one thing about Huijsen, he's a great ball player.
Is that how you pronounce it, Huijsen?
Huijsen, yeah. He's a good ball player. He plays very well with his feet. He's not the best defender, though. He's not quite that fast either. He hasn't got that experience, obviously. He's very young, so he hasn't got that experience like Gehi does. What do we need in the back of that defense? I think we need more of a leader, don't we? Someone who can defend, read spaces, put a body on someone when the ball comes in, even if he's not that tall. He's a very smart defender. And like I said, for me, he's pretty much close to world class. He starts for England, captain of Crystal Palace. Not quite world class because it's Crystal Palace, but if he comes at Chelsea, well, then for me, automatically he's world class. He's playing in the top team in the top leagues, and he's
Guehi,
starting for
you're
his
talking about
country in
Guehi,
England.
right?
Yeah, so I think we need the experience, to be honest, and they're going to cost. Huijsen's going to cost more than him, probably, coach. So Bournemouth's not going to let him go. So he's on a contract. He's going to cost a lot more. I think he's going to cost actually more than Gehi. So I think we go for Gehi. Plus, he's English as well, like another homegrown spot. But just we need that experience and that calm head at the back. We need that. We need that guy that can lead at the back, and he's a captain as well, which makes a big difference.
Yeah. How serious do you think we are with regards to our pursuit of his signature, according to rumors? I haven't heard anything from any serious sources. Except that we're considering nothing tangible. But I don't think we'd be willing to pay that much money for him, given the
No,
price being quoted.
no, that price is rubbish because he hasn't got long to go, and I think he wants to make the next move. I think he wants to go back to playing in Europe,
Hmm.
and if we qualify for the Champions League, well, he's going to push for a move to us, and if we want him, I would definitely sign him. I would actually sign both of them if it was me. I just get both of them, to be honest.
But
I don't think
it
we
all
have a
comes
good
down
enough
to
defense.
outgoings. Signing both comes down to outgoings.
Yeah, look, we can sell Trevor Chalobah back to Crystal Palace because they'll probably buy him, especially with Guehi if we get Guehi. Disasi will be gone. Badiashile, 50-50, but I would move him on. I haven't seen enough, to be honest. I've seen enough of him to move him on.
He's regressed. It's actually regressed, and I can't
Yes,
blame the
I would
manager
move
for that.
Badiashile on. That's three central defenders already gone. So I would buy both of these if I could. Obviously, I would go for like someone much more better than both of them. But if I was to choose between them, I'll go Guehi just because of what we need.
Mhm. All right, people. Here's what we have lined up. We will finish news hunting and then go to tier list exercise where we again debate whether a player is underused, underrated, overrated, or whether they are performing. We need a Rudiger kind can tackle, can win aerial duels, can score a set piece, in short, everything which a Colwell is not. You could
Yep.
say we have what's his name? Fafana can mature into a Rudiger type of player.
Yeah, he's got
Unfortunately,
that. He's got that in him. Yeah.
yeah, he has that in him. But unfortunately, the injury, you could say, and his you can say his time on the sideline, you could, is a serious setback.
2 years.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
he lacks the maturity he should have as a player at this point of his age, unfortunately, and he needs to play more game to get there. He's not as polished as he should be by now, but unfortunately for him, that setback was yeah, he's still suffering from it. And fast too. Yeah, he's quick too. Yeah, he's a good ball carrier. You can say he's actually a much better ball carrier than what's his name, Antonio Rudiger. He's actually a better dribbler than Rudiger, also in my opinion. Big up to you too, Tebek. Ooh, big up, my bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join us this particular morning. I do hope you're doing well. Yep, I keep saying morning because it's a blue morning show. Dante, let's hear you. Fofana, I think he can mature into a Rudiger type of player.
He can. He definitely can. But I think he needs a bit of guidance. That's why he would need someone next to him that's a bit more mature, captain type like figure that can put him in place. Because we saw on the weekend he could have got sent off twice. Just stupid tackles, really. Especially the one where he stood on the back of I can't remember who was it, Rice, I think it was. That was a clear red card. I was surprised. I was waiting for the red card. That was just so silly for him to do. It was on purpose, and he should have got a red card for that. Even the second one on Partey as well. Again, he tried to disguise it, but I'm surprised VAR didn't pull him up for that one either, because that's probably a red card as well. So he's a bit erratic at the moment. He was frustrated. You can see it. And that's what happens when players like that, the way he is, if they're under pressure like that, we were in that 30 minutes, then they don't handle pressure very well. They get frustrated very quickly, and you saw exactly that. So we need that experience there. But he will get better, obviously. I think, like we said, he missed 2 years. He's 2 years behind his scheduling and his matureness and his gameplay. He basically 2 more years. So look, I would give him another year next year to see how he goes. Big year for him next year, but I mean, he pretty much should be that starter on the right centre back position. Left centre back, well, that's where I would probably put someone like Guehi in and not Colwill. Leave Colwill to on the bench a bit and improve his game, improve everything else. And if he earns it back, well, that's what you want. You want him to earn it back, exactly. So that should be the goal, but we'll see what happens. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think one thing is certain. I don't think they'd risk making another mistake in terms of signings. You could see the players for signing. You could say well calculated, scouted properly, and not just sign for the sake of it.
Well, we've got another centre back coming already. We know that. That's
And Salmino is already here, actually, right?
Yeah, Sa from Strasbourg. He'll come. No, not now, coach. He's still with them. But he'll come at the start of next season. So that's a big centre back. He's a big, tall guy, very technical, really good on the ball. So that's one already. So I think there will be probably 3, maybe even 4 exits at the back, centre backs. But the club has said they're going to sign another centre back as well. So it's the striker that's still to go. They said they're going to sign another centre back and the right-footed winger. So that's 3 more signings that need to come in.
Yeah. And Keishan, my New York bro, I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular. I'm still going to call it morning because it's the Blue Morning Show, but afternoon. All jokes aside, it's been a while, bro. How is your channel growing? You can share the link to your channel with really no problem there. You're a moderator, and we love you here. Vega should be playing over Colwill right now. I argued that, and I got some because Houston, never easy to critique an English player. Unfortunately, I hate to use that language to mention nationality, but whenever you do that, you see people coming at you because it's English and all that. I would do that, and that post is still on Instagram. That has to be, you can say, one of image posts I have on Instagram that's garnered the most views and comments. Even on X,
you're hated very quickly if you do that.
Yeah, exactly. You see the hates I was getting. One actually said that he's checked all my posts, all the players I say stuff about are all English players that I don't like them or something like that. I think Viega would. I told them he will mature into a better centre back than Colwill. He has the aggression. He's good, better than Colwill aerially. He's also good on the ball, actually. But I'd say at the moment, maybe Colwill it's a better passer of the ball than Viega, but that's just an assumption until I compare their output, passing output, to be sure. But nice to see you. I would do the same too. Mahmoud Saya, that's the name. Even he demolished his name. Go ahead. Were you saying something, Dante?
Just big up to Burger. And just one quick question on that, Colwill. If there was an opportunity in the summer at the end of the season now, say Liverpool come in with an offer, would you sell him?
I would, without a second thought, really. If he goes on and eventually becomes one of the best centre-backs in world football, fine. But it hasn't really worked out for him at Chelsea, honestly. And he's still very young. So chances are he's still maturing into an excellent centre-back, one of the best in the world. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying probably he's one of those players you could say he's overrated right now.
Also, do you think if he's benched, do you think he would make a fuss and complain?
I think he'll probably start misbehaving. He'll start dividing the dressing room. Him saying that the manager is ahead of light years ahead of ahead in terms of tactics is just because he's playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. If there was a big offer coming, say from Liverpool, I would definitely sell him. I just, like you said, he can turn into a world-class defender in the future. But for me right now and the last year and this year, it's not it for me. He's played 2 or 3 really good games all season. The rest have been below average, below par. So that's not enough for me. I don't see that growth. And people are going to say, it's because of Maresca, of course, because I did the same as you. I got backlash. I got like 10 people unfollowing me because I said that, he should be benched and, put someone else on. So I copped quite a bit of backlash from that as well. But
I mean, a bit too harsh for you. In my case, again, a bit too harsh in my case, because the only thing I said is that Viega will eventually mature into a better CB. That both are good. But go ahead, what you were saying. Unfortunately, that's what it is. Yeah, if you don't align with their, you can say, opinion, they won't follow you. I'm not
Yeah, look,
sure.
yeah, it's, if an
Mhm.
English player, it's tough to criticize him. It looks like it.
Yeah. All right. Please go check out Tebeho's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. So whenever we meet in South Africa, he'd buy me a lot of commodity beer. At commodity. When men are made, woven commodity. Was that what it's called? Is it commodity? Tobeho, you tell me. Did I pronounce it correctly?
I don't know.
People go and subscribe to Tobeho's YouTube channel. The link is there. Tell him I sent you. Is from my enemy because of Lukaku to a fellow content creator to now a brother that I love and trust. Yes, yes, yes. Colwell must be sold. Let's see what else we have here. Enzo Maresca out. Yeah, yeah. I know you, typical Chelsea fans. Chelsea fan. Anything else important to address here? Alvaro Morata. I don't want to talk about you. And you've seen. You could say it's going crazy right now. It's exploding, maybe. I'm looking for a more relatable language. The news about Chelsea deciding against keeping Jadon Sancho, which I think is absolute horse dung. If you analyze the situation, it just doesn't make sense to opt out of keeping him, pay £10 million in fine. Why not add £15 million more and pay £25 million for a player as good as him who's English? So he represents good business in so many ways. Sales of merchandise. He's also a good player. If he ends up not working out, we can sell him for a sizable fee, make a sizable profit. That's part of football these days. But even at that, I think he stays and will be part of the squad. That's just my opinion. Dante, let's hear you.
100%. We talked about this yesterday and the day before. Exactly. I don't see why it doesn't make sense to sell him. Not to sell him, to let him go back to United. And I think he wants to stay as well. And he's fine to be a squad player. He's fine not starting every week, from what I've seen in the interviews that he was talking about. He just loves the place. He loves his teammates. He's got a lot of his young guys, English internationals, with him. So it's a good place to be. He loves the dressing room. He said he loves Maresca. Yeah, and he's not selfish. He's a team player, and that's very important in a big squad.
Almost
Especially
always looking to create for his teammates.
correct, and in a big squad for next season as well. If we do make Champions League, either way, we'll probably make Europa League if we don't make Champions League. Say worst case scenario, I think, but he's still needed. So yeah, I think it's a no brainer, to be honest, at that price and what
Yeah, I
he
think it's
and
just rumors
what he
at this
produced
at
as
this
well.
time. Chelsea have the most valuable squad for the future, according to whatever that is. That's not of importance to me. There's an element of Chelsea fans that are part of an era that got entitlement attached to it. Boom! I like this.
Yep.
I like this. I have. There's never been any truer comment than this with regards to the behavior of Chelsea fans. Yep, there's an element, a lot actually, and that's an issue. We being conditioned that snap your finger like this, you win a trophy. And if they hear you say it the way I just said it, they say you have poor mentality.
Yeah. Look, it's coach. The problem is like minerals and all those ones that they're all the ones that did the protest. Most of them in that they're all older school ones that have been through the good and the bad, and they're still the same. So yeah, it does apply to a lot of the young ones, but the problem is the core base, which is the season ticket holders, the ones that go to games, the ones that are English there that making all the trouble.
Hmm.
They've been through before. They were there before Abramovich as well, and that's even worse, to be honest. But yeah, towards the young fans, that definitely applies.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but I've never seen any truer comment with regards to the behavior of Chelsea fans than that from Simon Jordan. Even that, I don't like him really. Chelsea, that's according to TBR Football. Chelsea are doing work on a deal to sign a lineup from Nottingham Forest. I don't know whether to trust the TBR outlet. Kante and his new wife, happy married life. I thought he was married. But he's a Muslim anyway, so marrying more than one wife is allowed in most cases. It depends on the country, though. Uh,
Yep.
so congratulations to him, man. He's
No,
one
he's
of the
separated
again.
from his wife. I'm pretty sure he's
Sorry.
separated from his wife.
Oh, the one that was married to an another footballer also.
Yes, correct. Yes.
I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. Congratulations to N'Golo Kante. He's a player I love so much, and he finally never got never. He ended up not getting a banner at the breach, unfortunately.
Can't see that picture well because it's small, but
Oh,
is
no,
she
no, no,
much
no.
taller than him?
Let me show the picture here. Yeah, she's
If you can
a
put it on the
bit
main screen.
slightly taller. Let me go back to the presentation window. Here you go. She's slightly taller. Can you see it now?
No, it's blank. It's blank, the screen.
No, it's not blank.
It's blank, coach. It's just black. The screen's just black.
Yeah, it will show again. The presentation window will show again. Yeah, I can see it from the output here. Maybe okay. You're trying to see it from the studio.
Yeah, yeah.
No, she's a
Okay.
bit taller.
Is she a bigger woman as well? If I can see right.
Yeah,
Bit of meat.
yeah. What? I'm not.
Kante's
I'm
got
not
himself a
saying.
proper woman there. She's gonna take care of him
Okay,
good.
that's it for me. I'm done talking about that. Just congratulations to him is all I want to say right now. Chelsea
Congratulations.
fans
Yeah.
think Reece James will play DM forever. Now he's called up in England. Trust me. After this game, representing his own country, we will hear nonsense from Chelsea fans. Of course, Chelsea fans though, we were the ones actually calling for the manager to stop playing him in the midfield so he doesn't run as much. And I don't know. Chelsea fans should take their time and you could say, okay, community note on this. Kante has not just got married. This has been confirmed by Kante himself via Frank Khalid, who is a friend of the former Chelsea midfielder Vince. Once again, it's looking. Vince saw something and he's quoting something.
Mm.
Did he quote something or did he just say happy married life? Okay. A community note on that. So that definitely not true.
Okay.
Let's see what else we have. A big up to you too, Shay. Nice to see you, Shay. I do hope you're doing well. While we know Reece is playing there because we want to add a physicality in the midfield, I think he can be physical, but he doesn't have the legs. But once again, more importantly, he doesn't run as much as it drawn when he plays on the flanks. I don't know, Dante, you want us to talk about this here on the screen, comparing Petrovic to a goalkeeper. Our former player suggesting we should look to sign Lucas. Is that Chevalier? I don't know.
I don't know.
Dante, you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Lucas Chevalier. I'm not sure who that is.
Is he a winger?
No, goalkeeper.
Oh, the keeper from the French guy. Yeah. No, I don't know. I have no idea about him too much. I know who you're talking about, but I don't know too much about him.
All right, we go to the exercise. Yep, columns. We have underused, underrated, overrated, and performing. Dante, let's start with Bobby's cousin, KDH. KDH for you, easy underrated, easy underused, easy overrated, easy performing. Whatever you choose, let us know why. And if you're in the comment section, tell us what you think about KDH. Easy underrated, easy underused, easy performing. Let's hear you. But Dante, we're starting from you.
I can't see on the screen anything, but anyway, I can't see it's blank the screen. Yeah, look, he hasn't been used that much, to be honest. He didn't play that much. He played a little bit in the Conference League, and now recently a couple of games, but he hasn't been really used that much. Has he been good? Probably no. He's probably been below par, except last game and maybe another game a few weeks ago. He was really good, and then the last game he was pretty good that he actually started. So yeah, it's a tough one. I think he deserves a lot more game time uh, to see if we can get the best out of him. But in that 10 position when he did play there, you saw the goal he scored. He was way better in that position. He was very comfortable in that position. You're muted, coach. Can't hear you.
So it then makes sense to add another column called underperforming.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, since we have underused, underrated, overrated, performing, and underperforming, it makes sense. So let's
Yeah.
add one more row, add a row below. So change that to underperforming. So you for KDH.
Yeah, probably be underperforming because he's played quite a bit in the Conference League and he didn't do that well in some of the cup games. But it is early for him. I would definitely still give him a lot more time to settle. And like I said, he played last game in his preferred position instead of Cole
Mhm.
Palmer in that 10 position. And in my opinion, he had a very good game. And he scored the winning goal, and it was a great goal as well. Technical goal.
But
He had to
that's
get
just
around
one game.
guys.
All the time he's gotten the opportunity to, you can
But
say,
he never
to.
played in that position, coach. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's a tough one. He hasn't played. That was the first time he played in his preferred position. He's been used the left wing, right wing, central midfielder, but never in that 10. And he finally played in that 10 and he did very well because that's where he got all his goals and all his assists for Leicester. He did very well there. And
So probably underused.
yeah, I'd still probably go underperforming because he still didn't do it, even though it was the wrong position. He still didn't do it in the Conference League against lesser opposition. So I'll still go underperforming.
So you think he's capable of performing? He's not. You don't think he's overrated?
Depends on who's overrating him and who's. If you're talking about Bobby, well, that's a different case completely. If you're thinking about Leicester fans, they're gonna say all Leicester fans will say he's definitely underused and underrated. So it just depends who you talk to. For me, like I said, if they got that column, I'm gonna go for underperforming for now because he has underperformed a lot of the games he's played.
No, no.
So I would go
Here's why I'm
underperforming.
suggesting KDH for on the use, because he's played, but he's again, he hardly ever plays in his preferred position. You can say,
Okay,
let's not
yeah,
say these days. I don't think it's correct to always say preferred position. You can say maybe where he'd be useful, where he'd be at his
that's the
best.
parameters, coach. Well, then yeah, it would be definitely if that's the parameters we're using. Then yeah,
Underused. No, no, I'm not saying that. That's why we're here to debate it. For
yeah,
me,
yeah.
I'd rather, I wouldn't say underperforming, because you actually did mention he's only gotten the opportunity to play in he's only gotten the opportunity to play in his preferred position. Let's use a more relatable language there, right? He
Yes,
hardly ever plays in the 10 position, which is where he did well for Leicester City, right? He's only played
correct.
there on occasions. And whenever he gets a chance to play there, he does well. So
Well,
I'd say
we've only seen it
underused.
once.
Since
Yeah.
he's not being used in the correct place, I'd say underused.
Okay.
No, no. Do you agree?
If that's the parameters, yes, 100%.
No, it's
Yes.
not. It's a debate.
If it's not the
Although
parameters,
we
then
don't have too many people to help us decide, KDH for me is underused. Since the manager, whenever he uses him out of position. I hate to say that. Really, that's who I am. But you're saying that he's just underperforming. I'd say underused, probably. That's me. But
yeah,
I,
I'd still go underperforming just because he was still playing and it was against lesser opposition. And yeah, I think he still underperformed in a lot of those games, even though he was out of position, even though he's in a different position. He still played though. Underused, it would be he wouldn't play. He hasn't played at all, basically. So yeah.
underused. I mean, playing a player out of position for me still counts as underused.
All right. Well, you need to make a decision. You're the host of this show. Is that a parameter we're applying to this table? You need to
so
tell me if that's the parameter we're applying to this table. If position counts. If position doesn't count, it's underperforming. If it counts, it's underused.
position counts. Kishan, if you're listening, would you say KDH is underused, underrated, overrated, performing or underperforming? Um,
And position counts. So yeah, for me,
can you
it's
speak? Can you speak? Let me hear you speak about how we expected a lot from him. With I don't, but I'd say
I
that
didn't
isn't
expect a lot.
reason enough to, you can
Yeah.
say, to categorize him as to categorize him as you can say overrated, because he did well. We know what he's capable of doing. It just hasn't happened to him for him at Chelsea. So
Yeah.
maybe overrated shouldn't be part of it.
Look,
Ooh,
he was signed.
underperforming.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
At
win.
first, he was signed to be that basically backup to Palmer in that 10 position. And then late in the window, we know what happened with Gallagher. We couldn't get somewhere anymore. We had to make the deal, and Felix came in as that, and right at the end. Yeah. So he was always going to be that understudies, backup / to Palmer in that 10 position. But when Felix came in right at the end, well, he took that automatically. He took that position, and he didn't play in that position. Conference League, every game, Felix started in Conference League in that position, even in Nkunku a couple of games, but mostly it was all Felix. So he didn't get time to play as much. Did I expect a lot from him this season? No, I didn't, because he was always going to be a squad player. I always said he's going to be a good squad player. He's going to be good depth, that, to provide depth in those positions when we're playing in the Conference League. I want to see him play there, and you can slowly build up from there. Well, he did play in not all the games in the Conference League, but most of them. But he played in completely different positions. Like I said, played left wing, he played right wing, he played central midfield deep, he said central midfield box to box. Yeah, he played, except his preferred position, which is that 10, because we had other players starting there. So I didn't expect that much from him. I just expected him to be a squad player. And yeah, he unfortunately didn't get as much game time because of Felix. Like I said, Felix came in right at the last moment, and he was always going to play in that 10 position instead of when Palmer's not playing. So yeah, it's unfortunate. But even saying that, when he did play in those Conference League games out of position, he did not perform very well in a lot of those games. It took him a little bit longer to get used to. I can still see the quality there, though. He's a very good technical player, and you saw that goal he scored on the last game. He very technical goal, dribbled around everyone. He's got great vision. He's got good control. He has a good shot on him, left foot, right foot, and that's tailor made for that position. That he's tailor made. His body, his physique, the way he plays is tailor made for that 10
Mm.
position. But he hasn't played there yet. So yeah, that's why I said we're arguing about this position wise. If position counts. Well, he's underrated. He's underused. If it doesn't count, well, then he's underperforming. So yeah, that's why I said need to make a decision on that one.
I mean, Kishan, he's helped to win that argument. For him, it's underperforming. I think underperforming also. If you will look at how well he did for Leicester City before they got promoted under Enzo Maresca, you'd say on underperforming. He's gotten opportunities, and then in those times he did come across as nervous, as
Yeah, it was
not
a big
up
step
to,
up. Yeah,
yeah, as not able, you could say, to maybe deal with the pressure that comes with being a Chelsea
he was
player.
trying too hard, coach. He was trying too
Yeah,
hard.
you can argue part of it trying
Yeah.
too hard. Yeah.
And when you try too hard, you run out of breath very quickly. And I saw that he was just trying too hard, trying to fit in, trying to impress. And when you try too hard at that level, you're gone very quickly. So it's taken him a while, but some players need a bit of time to settle in. And I think he's settled in much better. Like I said, the last 4 or 5 weeks when he's played, he's looked very good. So yeah, he's improving slowly. And now he's got that opportunity to play in that position. He can actually play in that position to back up Palmer. And we saw it, like I said, when he played, he had a great game and he scored playing in that 10 position. So that's all you can ask from him as a squad player. He got his chance, he took it, he scored the winning goal, and he was one of the best players on the field. So that's all you can ask from him. We'll see if he gets more opportunities as we go on now.
Yeah, man, because of all this ad I'm seeing, I think we need to develop our own application. It won't actually take me 2 days, but I just need to find time. I hate the ads popping up here. It's going to lead to Google not paying and pushing it to a lot of people. YouTube. But despite the way, Dante, that's Namaya saying hello to you.
Yeah,
And
man.
Christian is saying, I don't think he was good at Copenhagen, but at home,
At home.
he was good. He was our best
He
player on
didn't
the
play.
day.
Yeah, he didn't play in his position at Copenhagen again. He didn't play in the 10. So yeah, only at home he played in the 10, and you saw what he did. He controlled that area there going forward. He should have had probably a couple of assists as well. So yeah, look, he had a really good game playing in his preferred position. Finally, we saw it alone playing in his preferred position made a big difference.
So
Okay, it
I
was
think he makes
Copenhagen,
sense.
but still,
I've come to terms that yeah, I think he's better qualified as underperforming, not overrated.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, I agree. I
Underperforming
agree.
it
I
is.
think the explanation makes sense. And just to let Kishan know, he's not going to go anywhere. Why? Because probably he wouldn't mind getting the opportunity to play every now and then. How old is he now? 25.
Yeah, I think he's 26, if I remember right, something like that.
I think he stays.
25,
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. And the manager likes him. And let's see, KDH. And it was against Arsenal. He came off the bench and finished the game
26.
as
Yeah,
one of our best players on the day. And I'd rather see him start our next game if instead of seeing Nkunku on the pitch. That's just me.
100%. Play Palmer as a false 10 and put
Yeah,
him and put Dewsbury-Hall in that 10 position.
yeah,
100%.
he's 26 now. Yeah, he did well against Arsenal.
He
Honestly.
did okay when he came on. Yeah, he
Mhm.
did pretty good. That's what I'm. And he's gonna start getting now that Felix is gone. He's gonna start getting a lot more game time, and in the Conference League as well, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's too early to give up on him. A lot of players come in and struggle at first. Cucurella is a great example. Everybody wanted him out after 6 months. So let him settle in. I'll give him another next season, and if he doesn't do it next season, that's completely different. But we still got a bit to go this season, and so far he's picking it up, and we'll see what happens next season. But we're going to need a squad player for next season anyway, so he's a perfect squad player as well.
Yeah, I did see that. I think Liverpool probably will let them go because the next contract they're going to sign, they'll be asking for a lot. Salah wanted to leave. He saw this coming. He wanted to leave on the club, but club didn't let him leave. So I think they'll be losing about three important players who probably they're not going to be able to pay them, if that makes sense. KDH will be sold in the summer, and that's according to Information Supreme. I don't think he'd be sold. He's a happy squad player that has a lot to offer, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but let's see what happens.
And he's got a lot to prove still, so he wants to prove that was wrong as well.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we have here. That's very correct. Let's do Enzo Fernandez. I'm going to pull up his number. I know probably we all agree on that. Let me see. Let me see what else we have here. Okay, players. That's not Chelsea. I have to probably go back now. I think it's Chelsea, but that you can start speaking about him. Enzo Fernandez. For you, easy, underused, underrated, overrated, performing, underperforming. I'd say underrated. Why? Because there's still a lot of Chelsea fans that despise him. Some you could argue driven up by the fact that they believe that he was the reason Gallagher had to leave. You could say some nonsense that just doesn't make sense that we've heard. But let's hear your thoughts. Enzo Fernandez, for me, I'd say underrated. I know he's performing, but I think there are a lot more people would tell you that Chelsea isn't for him or the Premier League isn't for him and all that. But let's hear you.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of reasons why not, especially the price, and then being a clear like top signing. A lot of reasons, making him captain over an English captain. um, yeah, Gallagher, of course. Then we had the racial incidents.
Mhm.
Uh, there's quite a few reasons, but
But even before that,
yeah. Well, I told you the reasons before that. Yeah, the reasons before that, he was a Clear Lake signing, and we paid too much for him, and he wasn't as performing, and he took the captaincy when he shouldn't have the captaincy over an English player. There's a lot of reasons. The reason for Gallagher as well, he had to leave as well. That's one of the main reasons. Then we had obviously that incident as well, but yeah, look, he's done very well under Enzo Maresca. He's probably one of the top 4 players for the season, 100%. He's one of being the best player under Maresca. He's used him all over the place, and his fitness has gotten 10 times better as we saw the last probably 6, 7, 8 weeks. His fitness has been next level. He's been running everywhere. covering a lot of distance, putting the work in, and he's been developing. People still forget he's still quite young. Now he's only now starting to enter that age where he's starting to his body stop growing everything. He's growing a bigger tank. He can run more stronger. He's got it all, to be honest. And now people were saying that he lacks that physicality, or he lacks that, to run around everywhere and do all that. Well, now he's got that as well. He's actually added that to his game playing as a CM. He's actually added that. You see him
Here's the
running
thing.
up.
Can I say something quickly, Dante?
Yeah,
I know you've heard my argument with regards to whether he's physical or not. He's an intelligent player. And the typical South American player, in most cases, would rather
yeah,
draw a foul than slug
sure,
it out with you. It has to be a feisty game. When it becomes a feisty game, then yeah, maybe like you could say Brazil versus Argentina, they'll still be
he needs
seeking a
an
foul, but
opponent to
they'll
do the same
fight
to
you.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't
I
get
know you've
going
heard
unless
me
the opponent
argue.
plays
He's
that way.
always had that physicality aspect of his game in him, but because of the sort of player he is, almost always would rather draw a foul than slug it out with you.
Correct.
But
Yeah,
according to what you've said already, he's starting to bring that out to show that yeah, I can actually do that. He can actually read the game very well, and defend very well. But everything comes down to where he's deployed
exactly.
and how the manager again is utilizing. Namaya, I'm interested in what you're saying, but at the same time, let's keep the topic aligned. Otherwise, I'd assume you're having a conversation with someone. It's going to be going back and forth. Topics doesn't help. We are in the tier list exercise now. So my point is, Dante, you've heard me argue that it doesn't make sense to argue that he's not suitable. He's not suitable for the Premier League, or the Premier League will not work for him. No, that's not the case. And the last time I had that conversation with my friend Ryan or Carlito, I told him, you're talking about a guy who's quicker than Cesc Fabregas in his prime, and you're telling me he's too slow.
Well, he's
And
quicker than Caicedo as well.
yeah, exactly. He's quicker than Cesc Fabregas in his prime.
Yeah,
One thing they
Jorginho,
have in
all of them.
common
Yeah,
is that they have good vision.
yeah.
And I told him he has the, you could say, the attributes. He has what he's equipped to actually do better in the Premier League than Cesc Fabregas did. There's no
Oh
need to
yeah,
compare them, but I had to mention Cesc Fabregas because he wasn't the quickest, but his intelligence, his vision, his passing range were the things that made him, you could say, that defined his career in the Premier League. And Enzo Fernández, he has those things. But unfortunately, just give me 1 second here. Let's hear what this brother has to say. Chelsea fans have spoken to don't rate Enzo Fernández. He hasn't been good enough in almost 3 years. That is just your opinion, Mao. I think we underrated him, so which means he counts for underrated, in my opinion. Playing well against lesser opposition doesn't count. Wow, information supreme. That's some argument right there. Enzo is a good player according to Maya. He's a squad player at best. Wow, not a destroyer. He was
no,
never a
he's not a
destroyer.
destroyer. But he
Yeah.
doesn't need to be a destroyer. That's not his role.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you. For me, I'd say he counts as underrated in my opinion. And as you can see, you're seeing those arguments there in the chat. But go ahead, Dante.
Well, first of all, he's not a destroyer. That's not his role.
No,
He's
he's
a
not. No.
playmaker. Yeah, so he spreads the ball around. We saw him play on the weekend when we saw him play that number 10 role. Well, yeah, that's not his position. That's not his role. He can't play there. He needs to be facing towards the field so he can open up play, and not with the back with his back towards play. It didn't fit him, that role, and he was never going to work out there. I'm not sure why Enzo Maresca played him there, to be honest. Should have just played KDH there and played him deeper. He needs to play a little bit deeper. I prefer him in a DM role, 2 DM role. One as the destroyer, obviously, and then him being the playmaker, because you need that distribution from there in a possession-based game. Even a CM, he's got this legs now to run back and forth. He's fit enough now. He's good. He can play that CM. I still prefer him there over the attacking midfield role. So, yeah, not his position there. Against lesser opposition, no.
Currently, he's in excellent condition.
He's in excellent condition. The best he's ever been. That first year, he was very good when he came in. Our team wasn't the best because it was a mess, but he was very good. Second year with Pochettino, he was very good at the start, and then he got injured. We know what happened, and Pochettino kept playing him. So he played all season injured. And yes, he wasn't at his best. And I knew something was wrong because I could see his movement wasn't good. And that finally came out that he played under the hernia pretty much all season. So this season, under Maresca, he started very, very well. He started very hot, one of our best players. Continued that, had a little rough patch, maybe 4 or 5 games, and then back to his best the last 7, 8 games. So he's been a very important player this season. One of our best, like I said. If you're going to do a top 5, he's in it for me 100%. Top 5 players of the
He's,
season for us.
in my opinion, even top 3 actually since the start of the season. But unfortunately, we all see things differently, and we're all
Yeah, top
entitled
3,
to
top 4.
Yeah,
There's a
and
good
we're
argument there
entitled.
for
I'd
Barella,
actually pick him as one of our best players, one of our best
Yeah,
players since the start of the season. Top 3,
yeah,
yeah.
look, probably best 2 have been, my opinion, probably Cucurella and Caicedo, the best 2, probably those 2. And then after that, it's probably Palma with Enzo Fernandez. The way it's gone now, I'd probably say Enzo is 3rd and probably Palma 4th, to be honest, the way it's going. So, but there's still some more games to go. So he's definitely in that top 3, 4, 100%. Yep. Quality of a position? Well, no, he did it against Aston Villa. He did it against Liverpool. He's done it against big teams. That's not a good argument at all because he's done it against good quality teams. I think Nottingham Forest, he played a great game and with their 3rd. So yeah, Liverpool, he's done extremely well against Liverpool, even last year, this year as well. So he's done very good against good teams as well. It's not just poor opposition. Yeah, look, not much more to say. People don't rate him, like I said, for a whole lot of reasons. A lot of them are not too much footballing reasons, to be honest. It's a lot more off-field stuff and Clear Lake ownership stuff, money-wise, and yeah, they don't like that he's captain of this club either. That's another big thing. He's wearing that captain's armband. So, like I said, there's a bit of bias there, but you'll be pretty much if you don't think he's a top 4 free player for Chelsea this season, well then I don't know what football you're watching because he's definitely been one of our top 3, 4 players.
Yeah, top 3, 4, 5. You can. I mean, if you take a time to look at numbers will tell it more. But he's up
He's
there.
3rd to me at the moment. Probably. Yeah.
But if you ask me off the bat, I'd say one top 3 in my opinion. Let's see. Good vision. Quantify that. I'm not sure how to quantify vision, but here's the thing. One thing is something I'm going to try to explain why I say he has good vision. If you make a good run, he will be the first to see
He'll pick it
you.
out, yeah.
As you start moving, he's seen you already. As long as you make that run, he's seen you, and his vision is so good. He sees. That's why I've told people he's better deployed in a deeper position. Why? Because the more he sees the pitch, the more effective he'd be in a game.
Exactly. Yep.
The further forward he plays, the less effective he'd be in the game. But you still know that you have a good player there. So for me, vision, make the move, he sees you. And he doesn't, in most cases, actually, he doesn't need a second touch to pass the ball. In some cases, as the ball is getting to him, boom, he's found his man with one kick. He doesn't even need to trap it.
Coach, people were saying the biggest argument was he doesn't score goals or doesn't assist. Well, what about this season? He's scored goals, he's assisted. You probably should have another 7 or 8 assists. The ones Cole Palmer missed.
Had our attacking players been clinical in front of goal, he's created some delicious chances that our players missed. And Moses Caicedo, of course, don't count him out.
He's the number 1 midfielder for creation chances, coach. Enzo in the whole league, I'm pretty sure. He's number 1 for creating chances and big chances.
Who's stopping that, but we can find that quickly. We can go back to Fort Mob and look at numbers and see who's done it in terms of overall chance creation and that. Moses Caicedo, of course. Top 3, top 4, top 5. If we have anything like that, we can actually go and look at Chelsea's overall numbers. We can do that in a bit. Just give me 1 second.
I'm just saying, I saw it somewhere. It came up here. I think he was the number 1, right up there, or right up the top as the number to create how many chances created and big chances. He was the number 1, so he should have like double the assists that he has now of some of the easy chances we've missed in the last 10 weeks, probably. So, but he's added goals and he's added the assists. So I don't know what people are still complaining about. He's a top class player. Well, he's a world class player, in my opinion. You're playing for Chelsea.
There's no question. He won the World Cup at the age of 2.
No, that's another argument. People are saying he's not world class.
No,
Well,
no, no.
that's
The guy is world class. He has it in
yeah,
him.
the guy's
Again,
world class. Sorry, he's won Copa America, World Cup. He plays for a big club in the top leagues. Yeah, and he's still very young, so he's world class.
yeah.
Yes.
And in all honesty, we do need that disclaimer. It's your opinion. You get. It depends on who you ask. Okay. Um. Oh, as
Well, I
one of
can
my
tell you now,
favorite
Nemanja. I can tell you, Nemanja, and Information Supreme will say he's not a world class player.
I mean, they're entitled to their opinion. Moises Caicedo has been Chelsea's best player, arguably. Yeah, you can argue he's that. In all honesty, he's that. No, no jokes. Moises Caicedo too. Yeah, he's been excellent for us since the start of the season. You're confusing Enzo with Palmer when it concerns chance creation, possibly, but he's up there. Okay, but let's look at his numbers. His numbers here. Am I covering anything? No.
Yeah, I think it wasn't. Palmer's considered as a forward more, like not as a central midfielder. Yeah,
In category, yeah. In
yeah,
category,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, so that's correct, yeah. Per 90 minutes a start in the Premier League for Enzo Fernandez, 0.17 goals per 90 minutes. That's not easy from a midfielder. 0.21 assists per 90 minutes, 5 assists in total. He has 4 goals in total. SG plus goals 0.38 XG per 90 minutes, GA per 90 minutes, goals and assists. That's not easy. And what else is important here? Expected assists, 7.49 expected assists per 90 minutes. That's in total. He has in total about 0.33 per 90 minutes. So he's done really well, honestly. But
Yeah,
I
well,
want
if
to
you take
see.
that into consideration,
Oh,
coach,
mhm.
0.3 is like it's triple the number of assists he's got now, basically. So if that was the true number, yeah, he should have at least another 10 assists with
Even
that
yeah,
conversion
even
rate.
if you think that he was poor last season, this season, man, he's a different beast, honestly. And there are reasons to you can say to defend him with regards to how he finished last season. As a team, we were shit. Only a few players stood out because they had goals and assists to their names. So let's see stats. Let's see who's stopping what department for us. Give me 1 second here. Go ahead, Dante, if you were saying something.
No, waiting for you to get those stats up. I can't see him anyway because I can't see nothing on the screen. But
Oh, okay.
um,
So go ahead. Were you
so
still
yeah, you
speaking now?
talk because I can't see them.
All right. For top scorers for Chelsea, Cole Palmer, 14 goals. Nicholas Jackson, 9. Nani Madueke, 7. Nani Madueke is another player. He just needs to improve. He did well, started the season well, and until he got injured, he was one of our best players, irrespective of you could argue how certain areas he need to improve. Once
No, not our bet, coach. Only at the start of the season, he scored 5 of those goals at the first 3 games, I think. So yeah, he went on a spell for 10 games in a row or 12 games in a row without a goal or an assist.
yeah, okay. Look at the assist numbers. Cole Palmer has 6, Enzo Fernandez has 5, and probably could have you could say it could have been a lot more, like twice as much. Had we been clinical in front of goal. Nicholas Jackson with 5. Goals plus assists, yeah, we know who stopped him there. And the rating, we don't need that. Something important here, but assist, he has 5. If you've not been paying attention, that's not easy. Does he appear anywhere else? Again, big chances created. He has 10. Cole Palmer has 19. That's still not easy. So for me, that definitely puts him up there. As we're saying, the most important metrics, some of the most important metrics we've looked for our attacking, we've looked at with regards from the perspective from an attacking perspective. He's second in terms of big chances created. He's also second with assists, 5 in total. So it'd
Yeah,
be correct to say, yeah, he's been one of our top 3 players this season so far. And overall chances created, he's created 59. He's only second to Cole Palmer. In third place is
yep.
Pedro Neto, 31. So you can say he's improved this season a lot better than he was last season. Accurate long balls, that's his game. Whenever he starts deeper,
And that's just
3.4,
Chelsea, coach. That's just
3.4.
Chelsea. But
Go ahead.
if you look at overall league, he's top 2, top 3 in all those categories as well, not just Chelsea. It's him and Palmer, and I can't remember who the other was. Salah, I think. Uh, he's a central midfielder. He's not a forward like them, more of a forward like them. So
Mhm.
yeah, he's up there league wise. You're just showing Chelsea there, but league wise, I'm talking about. He's up there as well in those numbers.
Information Supreme said, has Enzo improved on last season? Yes, yeah, that's why what we're working with, which wasn't hard, by the way. But to say in his thing, Information Supreme, please can you tell me, am I allowed to express my opinion? I'd say yes, as much as they're allowed to express yours. And I'm happy that we're having a conversation here. If we all agree, then something is definitely wrong. He's much better than he was last season. But to say he's a beast, I'd call him a beast. I watched him from the start of the season really, really close. Go watch, for instance, let me pick a particular game. Go watch Chelsea versus Wolves. I think on that day he had a hand in three of the goals we scored from pressing.
Yep.
That particular game. And in all honesty, I think he deserves to be one of our top performers this season. Look at the metrics we've looked at. Chances, he's second only to Cole Palmer. And what else did we look at here? Pay attention here. We did look at accurate passes per 90 minutes. He's not there. Big chances created. He's created 10. Cole Palmer has created 19. In terms of total chances created, Cole Palmer has created 71. He's created 59. Yeah. You can say the disparity between the total chances created between him, Cole Palmer, and Pedro Neto, all like around 20, 21. That's the average there, if that makes sense. So let's respect him. And I'm happy that you agree that he's improved. But I see him, he's become a beast, and you have every right to say that he's not that. What about against any top 5 teams? He still did well. Even in games we lost, it's actually, if you go look at those games, he's one of those players that played very well, but other things didn't go our way, in my opinion. But still, the argument is that I think he's underrated for reasons we've explained. And these accurate long balls, 3.4, followed by Cole Palmer, Moises Caicedo. Expected assists, Cole Palmer 7.3, him 5.1, Pedro Neto 3 points. The disparity also is between 2 something, and then when it's in the the same thing when it's you could say expected chances created 20 in between or something, so 2 points in between. Expected assists for 90 minutes, Cole Palmer is in 0.27, he's in 0.21. Then Pedro Neto, the 3 of them are leading in terms of critical metrics in the attacking area. XG plus expected goals and expected assists in 90 minutes, led by Cole Palmer 0.83, followed by Nicholas Jackson 0.67, and then Noni Madueke 0.62.
That's for the season, right, Coach? That's for the season.
Go ahead.
That's for the season, but I think Neto is carried across from Wolves as well, those stats.
Oh, is it really? Not specific. I think
for the season, it would be, yeah.
Okay, but that's fine anyway. Successful dribbles. I've always told people the most you could say. What's the language? The way I phrased it the first time we talked about them. Productive dribbler we have at Chelsea is what's his name? Jadon Sancho. Look at him topping that, and it's only 2.6 per 90 minutes. Then Noni Madueke followed. Then Cole Palmer. Big chances missed. Of course, if I wake up from coma, I'd still tell you who. If I wake up from a coma, I'd still tell you who would take that. And even Information Supreme is saying, don't forget Neto hasn't played as much games. Yeah, but even at that, you get the point. Yeah. But Dante is saying it's carried over. Do I? Maybe not. I don't think so, really. But I'll have to look at it very well. Big chances missed. Yeah, of course. Nicholas Jackson 15. Cole Palmer's you can say his number in that metric went up after he lost form. That was when he started missing a lot during games. There was one he missed a hat trick on that, I think, under 25 minutes. Was that
Yeah,
against
and that was
Southampton?
Enzo Fernandez, all three of them. Yeah,
Unfortunately, I mean, he will be back. He will be back.
yeah.
Penalties awarded. Jadon Sancho he's earned us the most, two in total. Cole Palmer one, Moses Caicedo one. Defensive actions. Let's see if he makes it into any one of these metrics under defensive actions. None. You could argue because he just defensively he's doing a lot more of late, but discipline. Fouls committed per 90 minutes 1.8. Wesley Fofana, even though he hasn't played a lot, I think, uh, man, I'm usually, and he's into short pulling. Have you noticed that? But let's finish with Enzo Fernandez. For me, Enzo Fernandez, he's underrated. What do you say, Dante? And as you can see from the argument or the responses we got in the comment section, you'd say, yeah, definitely underrated.
What's the other option? Sorry, there.
The underused, underrated, overrated, performing. You can say we know he's performing, underperforming. We know he's performing,
Yeah,
but I think
performing. He's
he's
not
a lot of
underrated for
people
me at all.
underrate him.
For me, he's performing. He's not underrating for me.
No, nobody underrates him. You don't think they underrate him?
Oh, they do, a lot of them. But for
That's
me,
why.
if we're
That's
talking
why
about
because
me,
underrating trumps performing. We know he's performing, but we know they're underrating him.
okay, yeah. Well, I thought it was personal. I didn't think it was now. The
No.
parameters have changed.
Yeah. Where's him? Can I find him here? Where's him? Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez. I've never given up on him, and I will not. Just like I didn't give up on Cucurella. There you go, my guy here. I think he's underrated, in my opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, he's performing. He's performed.
Yeah, we know he's performing, but when you have a lot more people not valuing, or you can say not, you can say not accepting the measure of your performance. So there's a language I'm looking for.
Well,
You can
they're
say,
all going to say overrated, coach. Like you see in the chat, they're all going to say overrated. They're not going to say even underrated.
which means, yeah, that shows you he's underrated. Oh, but I don't think he's overrated, in my opinion. I think he's underrated, and performance show he's underrated. Yeah, but
Well, yeah, I
he's.
would tend to agree. I would say he's performing because he's been one of our best players. But
Can we
hey,
have?
yeah,
Let's
if
see.
it's
Let's see if we
underrated,
can
it's
have a
underrated.
player in both. If we can have a player in both, then it still makes sense. We can't. And it has to be one time. I think they're underrating him, but you can say performing also could work. But I think overall, if you're performing and people are not valuing your performance, then you're underrated. That's why I think,
Yep, just put
uh,
him under underrated then.
yeah, underrated trumps that. So who else do we have here? Christopher Nkunku, I would say underperforming. Um, if you knew him before he joined Chelsea, you'd know what he's capable of doing. The chances a few times he got to play under Mauricio Pochettino, you'd know what he's capable of doing. So you can argue. I
He's not
don't think it
overrated
makes
as
sense
well,
to say
coach.
he's underused. I think
No,
he's
he's not been
he's
underused.
underperforming. Sorry.
He hasn't been underused because he was used a lot. He's playing every game, Conference League, Cup games, and he's got a run of games now, 5 games as well. So he hasn't performed, but for me, he's been very overrated because we all of us expected a lot more from him.
But the how we rate him is, you could say, driven by what we know of him.
Uh,
Yeah, we're rating him based on his performance for the French national team, Leipzig, even PSG before he joined Leipzig. Um, I'd say he's on. I'd say underperforming, in my opinion.
Wait, what's his
Let me ask you
parameters
this
now? Is
question,
this
Dante.
international as well, parameters, or is it just for Chelsea this season only?
No. We're just going back to what we know of him. That's what
Yeah, so
drives what we know about him. We know what he's capable of doing. I don't think Nkunku is overrated. We know he's a fine finisher on his day. There are
He's looking overrated
circumstances.
at the moment.
Sorry.
He's looked overrated because he's got the qualities exactly. So everyone's overrated him because he's had the qualities, but he's not doing it. He's not really doing it, but he's got the qualities because he scores some goals in the Conference League as well. But he's been pretty useless. Yeah, he's been ghosting, more like it. He's been pretty anonymous in games. He's not doing anything. I think he's been quite. I overrated him because I expected a lot more. If you remember from the start of the season, I said he should do very well in the number 9 false 9 position for Maresca, just like Jamie Vardy did at 35 years of age, 36 years of age, or whatever he is, playing that false 9, just dropping back and linking up play. He hasn't done that at all season.
But let's Houston, your rating, whether overrated, underrated, was or maybe is driven by what you know he's capable of doing, and those things, those his days at Leipzig wasn't a fluke. Even he came back mid-season after a long time out with an injury and still won. Again, the highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga. Was it specific to Leipzig? I can't quite remember. Here's what the point I'm trying to make is this: you know he's a good player, right? You know he's one of the best finishers we have at the club. The truth is, again, has he done that at Chelsea? No, definitely. But I don't think it makes sense to say Nkunku is overrated because there's a reason. That's just you can justify your rating of him given what you know.
Yeah, well, yeah. I look at it differently. I think he was underperforming for a while, but now he's just become overrated now. I think he's moved into that category for me personally.
Wow. Okay, let's see what people in the comment section have to say. You don't lose a debate, do you?
No, I can. I don't mind losing it. I'm just telling you my
No, I'm
personal
just kidding.
opinion.
I'm just kidding, but I get your point.
Yeah.
I think here's the thing. It just as you see the way it was you and was it Information Supreme? Who was that? That you and Keishan that convinced me that definitely KDH is underperforming, right?
Yeah.
Which is
Yep.
the same way, but I don't know how your reasoning when you were able to convince me that KDH qualifies as underperforming. You said his case doesn't really differ that much from that of Nkunku, does it?
It does, different coach. He's had a lot more game time and he's played in his positions quite a lot as well. People are saying he hasn't played in his position, but he didn't for a while, but he did for a long half. It's been half and half. So he's played for a lot of games in his preferred basically position as well. So for me,
So for
that's
Nkunku,
gone.
you're saying because he's gotten enough opportunities to do a lot more.
Yeah,
But
in
wait,
both Premier League and
But in
Conference
the
League.
Conference League, he's done well enough.
He scored penalties, coach, and tap-ins. That's all he did. He had no good games. He had one good game in the whole Conference League. The other ones were penalties and tap-ins, literally tap-ins. He didn't have to do anything. He still underperformed in those games. Don't you remember we were saying, even though he's scoring these goals, it's looking good, but he still wouldn't start over Jackson because he's not doing enough in the Conference League either.
Do you, in terms of, do you remember? I hope you remember. There was a time, I think you were one of those preaching that he starts over
Yes,
Nicholas Jackson in the Premier League because Jackson was struggling
against
at
low
the
block.
time,
Against low block.
irrespective of whether the goals he was scoring in the Conference League were tap-ins and penalties. Weren't you one of those that was preaching that he starts over Nicholas Jackson when Jackson was scoring? So that's why I'm find it
No,
difficult
no, 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 no,
to
no.
agree with you
No, no,
that
coach.
he's
You got it wrong there.
overrated.
Not when he was scoring, no. After, and only against low block teams.
Go ahead, just give me 1 second. Let me get a drink from. Yeah, I'm coming back.
Yep. So I did preach for that, and I said I want to see Nkunku given a go against low block teams. Against any mid to height, no. Jackson has to play those. He scored in all of them. He plays really well in all of them. He creates, he drops deep, links up, gets in behind. Nkunku doesn't do that. So I said, okay, when we've got low block games, let's give Nkunku a go because at least it's congested and doesn't have to do those things. And he's pretty good in congested space where he can get a shot off, or he doesn't have to run as much. There's not as much pressing. There's not as much running in behind. doesn't really have to drop all the way back and then go. It's basically congested, and wingers can play. You can play Palmer on the right, left, whatever. It's all congested against low blocks. I said against low blocks, Nicholas Jackson is not good. He has shown in the last 2 seasons against low blocks, he hardly scores or assists against low blocks. Very rare. He does it every now and then, but very rare. That's his weak point. Once he comes against low blocks, Nicholas Jackson's strengths are taken away. So I said, let's get Nkunku in there. Let's put him in for the low blocks, because he's done that in the Conference League against
Oh
all
yeah,
those
yeah.
low blocks.
I remember the low blocks argument.
Okay, he scored a penalty, he scored some tap-ins, but at least he was in the right position to do it. So that's what I said, yes, at the start. But like I said, after that, I realized, no, he's not even doing that anymore. He's completely overrated after that. He was underperforming, but then he became overrated for me. And that's what I was saying from the start. Yes. But that changed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That changed. That was early on when we were playing against low blocks, and Nicholas Jackson was doing 0 against low blocks. This was at the start.
Yeah. I remember that argument too.
Yes.
We
But
were
that's
arguing
changed.
that he'd be better suited for teams that defend really deep,
Correct.
because he is capable of navigating traffic in the box and finding the back of the net.
Yeah, and he came on against I think it was Bournemouth. He came on and scored that winner in that
Yeah, I
game.
remember that. Yeah, he had to navigate traffic also.
Yeah, a couple of players, and he scored. And after that, I said, okay, let's give him a go. Let's put him in against these low blocks, because one, he doesn't have to run all around and put a lot of hard work in, which he can't do. We've seen that. He doesn't have to run in behind because there's no space, so he's just there moving around.
Should we look at his numbers? I think we should.
Yeah, his numbers would look good if you look at the Conference League. Yeah, it would look good. Like I said, the goals. But after that Bournemouth
his
game,
numbers will look good. Yeah.
But after that Bournemouth game, and then I was preaching to him to get chances. But then when eventually he did get the chances, he's completely fluffed them completely. Even now in the last 5 games, he's gotten chances, and he's played as a in behind, a second striker / striker. He's played on the left side wing. He's played everywhere. He's been overachieved. He's overrated for me, because it's moved on from underperforming to overrated, in my personal opinion.
Because it's not coming close to how you can say measuring how much we rate him. So I agree. There's actually no need to look at his numbers there. A run of games, yes, but not in his position. That's another factor to consider. But you could argue, even in the absence of Nicholas Jackson, he's got.
No, it was in his position.
Sorry. Go ahead.
He was in his position, coach. Cucurella was overlapping on the left, and he was moving into a 10 / second striker position. That's his position. The only argument we can say about him is he hasn't got a big physical striker up front like he did at Leipzig, where he can play off him. That is the only thing you can say. That's it.
Yeah, Madrid is saying Nkunku is overrated and useless, and Shea is saying Enzo Fernández will get better and better every year. We will if we let him go. We will regret it if we let him go. Do I think we'll let him go? No. Useless. You could say even the comments we have in the comment section suggest, Nkunku overrated right now until proven otherwise, unfortunately. Wow, that's serious.
That's fine. You can have doubt. No, a lot of people do, but
we're
in 4th position. So let's see at the end of the season what happens to where we finish.
All right, Levi Colwill. Yeah, do we check? I think we should. In this case, we should look at his numbers. I would say.
Sorry, Coach, just before you move on, Information Supreme there, just saying that Christopher's never played in the number 10. He's obviously
Go ahead.
He's done that in the Conference League, and he's done that at Chelsea in the last 5 games. Basically, he's started as on the left side, but Cucurella overlaps and he pushes into a number 10. He's been playing as a number 10. Yes, he has been playing as a number 10. He's done it on earlier in the season. He's done it numerous times as well. So he's had plenty of games playing in the 10. He just hasn't performed.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think not entirely convinced, but a lot of people just I alone saying, um, yeah, underperforming. But you could argue underused. It could come in into play. So Information Supreme says Levi.
Levi jeans, yeah.
No. That's a giveaway to that's an interesting one to discuss. You get the gist now what he's saying there.
Hey,
Just like
I agree with that one with him.
yeah. Don't let your English friends see this. I'd say overrated. This is not saying that he's a bad player.
No.
Um, maybe for next season when we do this, we'll add potential maybe, but we're not just going to add potential now. I think clearly he's overrated, and maybe we should look at his numbers and go to one thing he has. He has excellent passing range. I give him that anytime, any day. I don't know if you agree.
Left foot, yeah, with his left foot, yes.
Yeah, he has excellent passing range, but he, as a defender, doesn't read the game well.
No.
Yeah, whether I
Not
get
even
it, he
close.
scored a header the other day, but damn, he's poor aerially. I could be wrong, but I still say he's poor aerially.
He doesn't hold his ground. He doesn't hold his
No,
ground at all.
that's actually after improving in terms of he's improving, adding the ability to shield the ball to his game. He last season he was so poor at shielding the ball that once an opposition comes at him and if he needs to shield the ball, he usually doesn't do that well. But I think we should look at his numbers. I'm going to find him here, and then I'll go to the presentation window.
And
But go
when he
ahead.
needs to shield an opponent as well, coach, every time he has to hold an opponent up, they overpower him, and he just gets caught out of position, and they get around him eventually or pass it away. You can't actually hold the guy up either.
You could argue he's just a fancy defender.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just at this, maybe he will eventually improve and become, you could say, a
Is he gonna
very,
get
very, very.
stronger? Yes. Is he gonna get stronger as he gets more mature and his body is developing? Because let's not forget, his body's still just about nearly finished, but he's still growing a little bit. So
So he
he
could still
will.
get better. He has the potential, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm looking for a defender, just a defender, or you know how they say like a defender, I'll take Chalobah over him anytime, any day.
Ugh, that's a close one, but yeah,
Yeah,
at the
I'll
moment,
take
yes,
Chalobah
yes,
over him
yes,
any day. Chalobah is
I
a
would,
better
yes,
defender overall, but he's just better at all. Chalobah actually reads the game better than him.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, putting Chalobah over him, I would do it, but you're still not. You're not going anywhere very good with Chalobah. But yes, I
If
would still put Chalobah over him.
here's the thing, what he has over Chalobah is his passing ability.
Yep,
That's
that's it.
how I see it.
That's all.
If
Yes, that's
yeah,
all.
if he can improve, become a much different, but if he learns how to read the game better, um, improve aerially, then maybe then he does have an edge over Chalobah because of his passing ability. But Chalobah is a much better overall defender in terms of how quickly he can get to the man with the ball, his aerial ability, he has aggression. It's just that passing ability. Chalobah is just he has that, you could say,
IQ, no IQ though. Unfortunately, both of them
you
no
could
IQ.
argue, yeah, his footballing intelligence is some, you could say, questionable.
Yeah.
Because at his age, he shouldn't be making some sort of mistakes we've seen him make, like letting the ball bounce. You don't do that. That's the golden rule of defending.
No, coach, he's in his prime and he's still looking like he was 6, 7 years
Yeah,
ago.
like he's still
So
learning, right?
yeah, so that's you. He's not going anywhere. Chalobah's not getting better. This is who he is. Yeah.
Okay,
So
let's look
yeah,
at what the numbers tell us here. Numbers, you can say he looks good. Levi Colwill's numbers make him look good to an extent. Uh, okay, let's see. Clean sheets, we don't want to look at that. Interceptions, 26. He averages one interception per game.
that's still
Uh,
low.
I need a lot more from my defender. How about you?
That's nothing, coach.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
nothing.
90-minute
Yeah,
game.
yeah, 1.90 minutes. Let's see. Where's someone
More like
there?
100 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see. Tackles, 30 in total. He averages 1.23 tackle per 90 minutes. So he's in the 36 percentile. That's poor from a defender. That's just my
It is
opinion.
poor, yeah.
Yeah. Ground duels, 198 in total. He averages 7.62. The question now is which of them is successful. 3.0, so that's poor also. Ground that in total for how many given how many minutes he's played? 198 in total. Ground duels won 117 out of 198. Yeah. 4.50, 51 percentile. Not bad, but he barely made it above average. You can say above what's acceptable in my opinion. Aerial duels 164. He averages 2.46. I still don't think it's good aerially, even though this is in the 90th percentile. Because I've seen occasions where he's practically ball watching or not jump enough or not time the ball enough.
Yep.
Maybe what he needs to improve upon is just to time his, you can say his
Positioning, coach.
attempt.
Positioning.
Yeah, positioning also very well. Dribbled past 5 in total. Not bad. 0 point given how many games he's played.
He's got speed, so he can catch up. He's got speed.
Yeah.
That's one thing he doesn't lack.
So 0.19 per game, not bad really. Clearances 82 in total per 90 minutes at 3.15 per 90 minutes, 80th percentile, not bad. Shots blocked 20 in total, 0.77 per 90 minutes, not bad. Penalties given away 1, I remember that. But Heston, he can become better, but right now he's just way overrated in my opinion. I think I'm glad we'll all agree. Because yeah, that's especially true with English fans.
He's not a starting centre back. He's not a starting centre back for Chelsea, that's for sure.
If we're being truthful,
he's not a starting back.
Yeah.
If we're being truthful, it's probably
called up for the English assignment. Did Thomas Tuchel call him?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Checked. I'm not sure. But he's not a thing. I don't think he's a starting centre back for most of the teams in the top 10. Probably not a starting centre back.
Yeah, overrated in my opinion, unfortunately. And overrated, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's still not quite where he's not the player some people are making it out to be.
No, he's overrated. He's definitely overrated. But let's not forget, he's young. He's got a lot of improvement to do, and he needs to develop a lot more. But not as you shouldn't look. You either do it as a starter for a bad team, but you don't do it as a starter for a good, better team.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do it as a starter, and that's where I see him. Yeah, he needed to be sat down a lot of the times. And I don't know why. That's one thing I criticize Maresca. I criticize him. He should not be starting. But then I go back to the thing that I would not be surprised if it's in his contract for this season that he has to start every game after he signed that contract last season, just before he left to Liverpool. Because he was threatening to leave. Even in interviews, he was saying it. Yeah. He was basically threatening to leave.
And some cryptic message from... what's his name? The one that went to Napoli to play, former Chelsea guy. Also, Chelsea lost the game and they posted
Gilmore, yeah.
Yeah, Gilmore, yeah. But that's by the way, those stats don't look bad, yeah. But he looks so poor. That's why I think we've talked about how stats complement eye tests and vice versa. You need both to make a sensible.
When you start every game, the stats are gonna look okay, but if you really look into it, those stats are pretty average, under average for most of the good defenders of the starting teams.
Mm-hmm. Big up to you, GFC. Gobert! Nice to see you, bro. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. You are a pretty busy man. Yeah. Let's see. One more. Can we take one more player? One more player. Who else is on the? We'll continue tomorrow with the tier list exercise. Who else is on the banner? We don't need to do Modric. I don't think it makes sense to do Modric.
No.
Should we do Badia Sheila?
We can stick to defenders. Do the backline first, coach.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. So let's do Badia Sheila. Okay, let me see. Where do I put him? He's underperforming. I don't see anybody rating him for more than what he is. You understand? They just
Yeah,
expect
yeah,
him
yeah.
to do better. So for me, he's underperforming. And
He's
you can
underperforming.
argue
Yes.
not entirely down to his doing. The injuries he suffered of late, they haven't helped. But that is my opinion. But let's say for me, underperforming. I wouldn't say overrated because I don't think a lot of people rate him that much. They just want him to do better.
Yeah, look, the one argument is when he first played, when he first signed, he was one of our best defenders. Him and Thiago Silva at the back, they were our best two defenders for that season.
I mean, you could argue it was Thiago Silva's leadership that masked his you can say his
Yeah.
shortcomings at
It
the
helped.
time.
It
You could
helped, but you
argue.
still got to defend, and you got to be in the right place. You got to defend, and you still got to play good. It doesn't matter if someone's just
Mhm.
talking to you and directing you. You still got to do it. So he did it. He was very good. The following season,
That we were going, wow, why did
yeah,
Potter not add him to the Champions League squad?
correct. The following season had a bit of injuries, but then he came back and he played with Thiago Silva again and looked the shadow of himself. And then he got dropped eventually, and
But
he
definitely
hasn't really made
not
it back.
overrated because people know we're not expecting too much from him. It's just that he's not been measuring our expectations.
It's been a bit too long for me now. I was expecting, even early in the season when he played, he looked horrible. In the Conference League games he played, he was probably the worst defender on the field in the Conference League games.
He passes the ball without conviction.
That and just defending. We copped a couple of goals because of him. He looked horrible. He looked really bad. I'm like, who is this player? Like, yeah. Now he came back a little bit again. Again, he hasn't looked good at all coming back now either. He okay, but still underachieving. So I don't know where to put him. It's either underperforming or yeah, he's overrated because he was good and he's not doing it now for nearly a year and a half. He hasn't been back to his best form. So is he overrated or is he underperforming? I
I
don't
would
know.
say here's why I'm arguing underperforming. We don't think he was Thiago Silva. We never thought he was John Terry. We just know he's a good defender. In the case of Levi Colwill, you should hear people talking about him.
No, I thought he was a very good defender, not a good defender, because he showed that he did it. But now he's gone from very good, not to average, but below average.
So probably, can we go with all?
Just give him the benefit of the doubt. Put him underperforming. But I think his time might be up. To be
I
honest,
think
if he
it's
doesn't,
I think it's definitely overrated.
if he doesn't, because he's going to get a run in games now. You saw he's been playing, so he's going to probably play till the end of the season. And if he keeps
So he's
performing the
not
way he is,
measuring. Yeah, if he's not measuring expectations, and it has been happening for a while now. So
it
yeah,
will be two
definitely
years, coach. It'll be 2
overrated.
years. Yeah, it'll be 2 years of underperforming at the end
My
of the season.
goodness.
So
So it
yeah,
doesn't matter whether you were good enough or not, as long as you're not measuring expectations for a long while, yeah, you're overrated. Because yeah, where is he actually? I think that's him. Is that Tosin? I have glasses on and I can't differentiate who's who.
I can definitely not see on this
No,
little
I know you
screen.
can't see him. Okay, this is who. I think that's Badia Sheila. Yeah, that's him, isn't it? Is that him? Or is that Tosin?
You've got your glasses on, have you?
Yeah, I have it. Still cannot differentiate because they all look alike.
That's not good. Not a good comment, coach.
No, it's just kidding. But this is definitely Badia Sheila. Do they? It doesn't look like Tosin is part of it, but we don't need to look at some players. We don't even need to look at. I think that's Badia Sheila right here.
Okay. Yeah.
That's him.
Anyway,
It just looks like he's doesn't differ. The picture they use doesn't is it's doesn't differ that much from that of the Sassi. Um, all right, let's do the Sassi. Let's end with the Sassi. Except if you have time, we could do one more after that. Since we're in the defensive line, right? The Sassi for me underused, in my opinion.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. He actually got he got a lot of game time, and he got in the earlier this season. He got game time in the Premier League as well.
Underperforming. Nobody again. He's been playing. I don't think. I wouldn't say overrated.
He played in the he played conference, but he played in the Premier League quite a lot as well earlier on. So yeah, look, he was used. He was used as he was supposed to be used as a squad player. He's not going to be a starter every week, but he was playing every third game, maybe getting a game every third, fourth game, and playing conference and cup games. So
But
I
still wasn't ripping trees. Wasn't so underperforming in my
no,
opinion.
no, no. It doesn't really suit him as much to play in this system as much. So look, uh, is he a good defender? He can be. He's got the strength. He's got the aerial ability, especially to body someone if he's not tall enough. He will body them no problem. It's his ball playing is the big problem in this system. He cannot pass the ball very well.
So
So
underperforming.
yeah, I guess, but he hasn't got that at all, coach. So you can't underperform when you don't have it at
But
all. So
yeah,
I
we
don't know.
had complaints beyond his ball playing ability, how he makes
Under
certain
pressure,
mistakes
under
under the
pressure,
slightest of pressure.
under pressure. Yeah, exactly. If you're under pressure, you can't play. You won't play.
So let's
He's
stick
not
with
good at that.
underperforming. Now we can't say overrated. We can not say because we knew. Probably the director should have known that ball playing was never his strongest suit before we
Well, we
signed
said it
him.
from the start of the season, didn't we? We chose him as him, Chilwell. They've said a couple of them that don't fit this system, and they'll probably moved on. He was one of them.
Yeah,
So
we did mention that he will move on. We mentioned Ben Chilwell. We knew Kukurea stays.
Gallagher, we knew Gallagher will be moved on. We
Yeah,
knew a
we
few
knew
of them
that.
that
Yeah.
will be moved on because of that reason. And those are the ones that we got all of them right, basically. So yeah, look, he is who he is. You saw Aston Villa; he's doing well because if they're not under pressure and the way they play with the back four, it's a bit different. So it depends how they play as well, what formation they use in certain games. He can be effective.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
and I think we just we made a mistake in. We should have just started with the defensive line, but no problem. Let's finish with the defensive line. Tosin for me is an easy one. I'd say he's been performing, in my opinion.
he's underused. Yeah, definitely.
Tosin, you think underused?
I think so. Yes, I do think so.
Yeah, underused does make sense because he should have started against Arsenal. There are games that he should also he should have started that the manager didn't start him. Underused, even at that, whenever he got a chance to play, he's done well.
Yeah, he's done well. He's our best defender, our best central back, central defender.
Yeah, underused makes more sense. There are games. I think chances are, had he been on the pitch against Arsenal, he would have stopped us from conceding that goal.
Probably not because he wouldn't have been at the near post. That was it wouldn't be. That
No,
was
no, no.
Nkunku at the
He
near
wouldn't
post.
even get to. He wouldn't even get to the ball going into the net, let alone somebody being at the near post to stop it or not.
Like I said, that was Reece James. That was Nkunku at the near post, and Reece James marking his man, letting his man run away from him and
Go
go
ahead,
and
Dante.
score.
Give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Yep. So that was Reece James and Nkunku just half-heartedly jumping, pretending to jump at the near post, and then Reece James lost his man, which is probably one of the most dangerous men on the field that can head the ball, which is Marino. He's very good in the air. He's their striker at the moment. So that was Reece James's fault completely. Add that a bit of Nkunku lackluster defending, and but Tosin would have got to that coach because that's near post. He'll be central, more central. He wouldn't be there, so I don't think he would have got that to that one. I don't think that would have made a difference, that particular goal, but maybe that a corner doesn't happen and stuff like that because of that. We're under pressure from them. That's completely different, yeah. But yeah, look, I think he's been our best centre back this season, in my opinion, and he hasn't played as much. And I think he's been underused because he should be playing a lot more. He should be a starter every week in that central defense.
Mhm. He should. He should. I mean, it's not like you can say. defenders conserve energy a lot more, and our defenders don't run a lot. I don't know, but we knew that Maresca probably there's something. It doesn't. It just seems as if he doesn't really like Tosin. I don't know why. Yeah, I agree. Underused definitely for Tosin. He's proven. He's actually proven that he's actually arguably one our best CB. Actually, no measure in terms of leadership, cool-headedness, passing ability, uh, his ability to read games, and he is actually deceptively quick, in my opinion. So yeah,
Yeah.
underused. That's a correct one there, and I like it. So let's see. Another defensive player is there, Wesley Fofana. I'll let you start on that. I'll let you start on that one.
Fofana, yeah.
Yeah. So
Look,
why Dante is speaking? I'll be looking if we have anything to look at here in terms of news, if anything new has emerged. But go ahead,
yeah.
Dante.
Yeah, I'll go as long as I can. If my son wakes up, yeah, I'll let you know. But he should wake up in the next half an hour, so
Yeah.
I'll
So
let you know.
probably we'll be round up. We'll round up before then.
Yep. So look, Fofana started the season pretty well. Everybody says he's one of the reasons why we started losing when he went out, but that's not accurate. He was good, but we were still leaking goals, and
He was making a lot of mistakes. I'm one
we were
of
still
those that
making
actually
mistakes.
was on his neck. Yeah.
Were we more solid? Were we better with him? Yes, of course we were, because uh, the ones that came in for him were not as good. But
He brings aggression.
and that's where Tosin should have played and come in maybe for him, but he didn't, and that's why Maresca I think made a mistake there. But anyway, look, he was good. He wasn't very good, but he was good. That's all. That's all I'll give him. He was good at the start of the season. He helped to be a bit more solid than we normally are, but we were still leaking goals. We were just scoring more goals, so we were
Yeah.
winning 3-1, 3-2. So we were still shaky defensively. When he had a couple of really good games where he was very good, like really, and one game he was like one of the best players on the field, and then unfortunately he got injured, so we don't know from there on. Uh, but since he came back, he's been okay, but still making. He should have been sent off twice against Arsenal on the weekend. So it's very hard to judge where he hasn't played as much, and when he's come back now, he's been bad. And at the start of the season, he was good for a little bit of a run there for the first 7-8 games or whatever it was, nearly 10 games, I think. Look, yeah, I don't know with what you can say with him. I think he's done okay. That's all I can say about him. He hasn't done too good or too bad. He's just been average. So
So
what do you think, Coach? Where should we put him?
how much we paid for him and what value we've gotten from him, I'd say overrated until proven otherwise. But that's just me. But what do you make of my reasoning here? How much we paid for him? How
Well,
many
we've only seen
games?
it in glimpses.
How
We've
many
only
games?
seen
Yeah,
him.
exactly. How many
Yeah,
games he's played for us?
he
Hardly
hasn't
ever
played.
stays fit.
That's
So
the thing.
I'd go
Yeah, he
with
hasn't played.
overrated until proven otherwise. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, overrated. I think probably. Look, he's had like I said, he had not that long ago really good games, but yeah, I guess till he can do it consistently, he has to be overrated for the price we paid and the expectation of him as a starting centre back. For now, probably overrated. Yeah, if there's no other category, yes.
Until proven otherwise. Lusula is saying hi. Those Chelsea players are good, but as a team, they are not. Look at Chukwuemeka. He was not good for Maresca, but right now he's playing in the Champions League. Same thing with the CC of Viega. Coaching is back. No, 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 no,
No,
no. How about Felix? How many games? Houston, no. I don't think for me, I wouldn't see it like that. I wouldn't because they're playing in the Champions League. Start saying the reason they didn't do well at Chelsea was because of the manager. The- Look, no, 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 no. I disagree.
coach.
Yeah,
Chukwuemeka came on for 20 minutes and had a nice cameo, and then the game finished, and then he got injured. So
yeah.
what?
Again, yeah. And by the way,
So
they don't
what?
want to keep him.
So for 20 minutes, seeing him for that 20 minutes that doesn't make sense to me. Sorry.
Yeah, and by the way, Dortmund are already saying they don't want to keep him, except if they make Europe, then they consider keeping him. they're not going to activate the option or maybe obligation to buy him. In the case of the Sassi, nobody's saying he's a bad defender. But yeah, the way we play, we've always known that probably he'd end up getting sold. Why? He cracks under the slightest of pressures, in my opinion. But go ahead with what you were saying, Dante.
And he won't be a starter for Aston Villa. He's not a starter. He's covering for some injuries and rotation, but he's not a starter there. So he's not like he's going to be a starter there. Vega, again, played good for a couple of games and then had very average games and then got injured. So it's like, I don't know. People see that if people see these guys go and they have one good game and then if they have 5 games bad, that's it. It's Maresca. It's like, how about you wait a season, maybe a season or half a season on the loan, and then judge it, not after a couple of games.
Yeah. So for Wesley Fofana, overrated. Where is he? Until proven otherwise. How much we pay for him? What value we've gotten from him? Overrated, in my opinion. That can still change, in my opinion. Any other defender here that we should look at? What's his name? The kid that signed a new contract.
Achapong. Talking about Achapong, coach?
Yeah, Josh Achimpong. Yeah, has the game started already, guys? Support Chelsea women against Man City women in the UEFA Women's. Is that Champions League?
We can do the both at the same time, Mohammed.
And we can actually do.
We don't need to forget this channel.
And yeah, look at them. We can do that at the same time. I don't even know the game have started, but yeah, that's very poor of you to say that, man. All right, what else do we have here? So let's
Achapong,
go.
well, you said Achapong, coach, but I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, Josh Achapong. Let's do Achapong.
I'm not really gonna.
We can continue. What's his name? Yeah, let's do Achapong. I think for me, underused at this moment.
But
because we
an
don't have
18-year-old
enough sample size. Is that him? That's Jackson.
Underused.
Sorry?
He's an 18-year-old academy player. You can't say he's underused.
So I mean, no, underused is the language. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't say he's underused if there's options there in front of him, senior players. I mean, you can't having underused. He got his debut. He played in a couple of games. He started a Premier League game. That's not underused for me for an 18-year-old kid. So there's not much.
Maybe just leave him out.
Just leave him. We don't need to rate players like that haven't played and they're young. I don't think we need to rate those ones like that.
Just quickly, what competition is this for the women, Chelsea women?
They should be playing the Champions League, aren't they? Yeah, Champions League. Man City, the Man City game, yeah.
Okay, 0 in the first half. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Coach,
I don't watch usually the games live if I can't. I'll watch the replays. I'll watch the extended highlights.
Do we owe Saeed that? I've blocked him from the channel. He could have asked all of us to go support the women's team, but he shouldn't end it the way he ended it. Yeah. Coach,
I do support the women's team, but not always. I don't watch every single game, but I watch every single extended highlights.
We don't owe him that. Coach, do you know
Enzo Bobby's not here?
Do you know Enzo Maresca have a management problem? I think you and I agree. I think maybe I wouldn't say certainly he does, but he missed opportunities that I've talked about here. Okay, let's see. So who else is here?
Well, you can go to the defenders: Reece James, Cucurella.
Okay, but you say you're not sure how much time you have.
Yeah, I said another half an hour, coach. Around another half an hour.
Let's knock out the defensive area. You just have to.
Cucurella, just put him in performing. There's no point talking about him.
Yeah, you just have to put yourself in opponents' lenses and review these players. I think it makes sense. Cucurella, we just put them underperforming. That is, he's performing. We know that.
Performing, yeah.
right? Okay, who else did you mention?
Reece
James.
James, yeah.
Where does it go? Where does it go in for you, and why?
Reece James for me at the moment, he's probably not underused because he was injured, but he used him every time he was fit. But I think he's underperforming, to be honest.
You think
In that position where he's playing, yes.
underperforming? You can.
I
I
think
think.
he is. I think he's not as himself. I don't think he's. If we're
Yeah,
going by the standards he
underperforming is
plays,
what it is. Yeah, he hasn't performed. You don't think he qualifies as underused given the fact the managers played him in the midfield of late, but underperforming is it. I think it makes sense.
he scored that one goal, but that was, yeah, that's just a goal. But he hasn't played. He hasn't had, one really good game where I can say, oh, he's been amazing. He's just been very average. And for him, the type of player he is, that's for me underperforming. He should be having a, above average game each game.
All right, brother Steven. Okay. Is that your name? Rabba Taha. Okay, I just want to know the possibility of Chelsea making top five. The possibility is still there, but it's not entirely in our hands. We just have to win all of our remaining games and hope that other teams falter. Uh, that's just that. And just asking, can you please add Maresca the, inside
We
the
can.
roster? And here's the thing, I think we actually talked about creating our own application, and I think we can. I think it's actually easy, drag and drop. You won't take a day to develop something similar because I hate the ads popping up here.
Can I just
Yeah.
answer that question, Coach?
Hmm.
Maresca, if I were to put him there, I would put him in performing because we're fourth in the Champions League spot at the international break with 8-9 games to go. If you told me that at the start of the season and every channel I was on, everywhere, everybody said the same thing. If we're there basically with 10 games to go, well, that's a big tick and a big success. And if we're still in the Conference League. So for me, that's performing.
Yeah. Okay. Who else? Any more defender we have there to plug in? We
No, there's no
decided.
other defenders.
Yeah, we decided to leave Archibong out. So tomorrow we'll continue again, part two of that. We go to midfield, and probably we can accommodate midfield in the
Gusto,
attacking
Coach.
area.
Gusto. Chuck Gusto in quickly.
Gusto, where do you think?
Yeah, put Gusto in because he's the other defender. Gusto, I think, underperforming.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah. He hasn't been
Yeah.
as good as last year. I mean, that's down to the positioning as well where he's playing, but still, he still had chances to be really good and still hasn't performed to his levels. So, yeah, I would say he's underperforming.
Yep. Are we missing any other defender? Josh, I think just for me still counts and underused because that's from the perspective of how many games he's played. Not that you could say he's not being used the wrong way. I'd say,
Keepers, Coach, you want to chuck the keepers in?
sorry?
You can chuck the keepers in as well, just to get rid of the defense.
Okay, yeah. Robert Sanchez underperforming, not overrated. We all know he's not Peter Cech. We've always known he's not Manuel Neuer. What do you think? Overrated?
Yeah, well, there's no underperforming when we know he's an underperformer already. So
Mhm.
I think he's overrated.
Yeah, I think I agree. Jorgensen?
Jorgensen is
Underused.
probably underused. Yeah, definitely underused. Yeah,
Underused in my opinion.
yeah.
Who else? Anybody else?
Well, the other keepers we don't need to put them, so that's fine.
Yeah, I think we're fine with this one. Our rest of the fixture is very tough. Yeah, we have to
Not
win.
really.
I mean, it's really tough given where we're
Not the
at.
next
And
5 games. Next 5 games are pretty good.
okay, let's see how we end that. But I think that will be it for today. We'll also continue with the exercise tomorrow. We can chances are we'll be able to knock off the midfield area and then the attacking area, and then find another topic to discuss the day after. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
No,
And the
coach, that's
Saeed
good.
guy, actually, he's been here, but I don't like the way he put that comment. That's why I blocked him from the channel. We don't owe him to watch women games. I do watch every time whenever I have time. I didn't even know they were playing today, in all honesty. But that's
Coach,
why
it's
I
probably his
blocked.
English as well. It might be just the way he's saying it as well. Like just his
No,
English as well.
no, that was not okay. I didn't like that. But that's by the way. Anything else you want to talk about?
Look, no, we've done the defense basically, so that's fine. There's nothing else to talk about. We covered everything. I'm sure there'll be plenty more to cover in the next couple of episodes.
Yep, I'm gonna try to download this and then share it on X or wherever I can. Okay, this says, let's say I've said hello to you, Robert. Thank you. Namaya Fawale, thank you for joining us. Namaya is saying here, I heard Lavia went for international duty. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true too. What sort of nonsense is that? To do what? And Rabat Taha, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. And graphic user interface, nice to see you. We'll try to add Maresca. We will create our own version of the application to avoid ads shown on the screen because it leads to YouTube not you can say pushing the channel to people. 21 likes. Wow. Since we restarted the Blue Morning Show, this is the highest, I think, and it's improving. A huge improvement. Consistency will go a long way. Hopefully, we'll find the perfect timing. What else do we have here? Lucilla, nice to see you. GFC Gavin, and of course, to my co-host in Constantine Dante. Big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning or already evening for me. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap by, take it you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours away, so need of my own. It will look so late in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Oh, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap by, take it you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. 3 hours on 8 of my own. It will look so Levi in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's champion pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap, I take it you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours on 8 of my own. It will look so Levi in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's champion pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap, I take it you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours on 8 of my own. It will look so Levi in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's champion pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, privilege you talk. When to tap I take it you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go on. 3 hours so near to my own. Live a life so live in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's champion pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, privilege you talk. When to tap I take it you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go on. 3 hours so near to my own. Live a life so live by.